KLMajor, we have one more match here in the group stages for Group A. And that is the decider match. One of these teams will be in the upper brackets, which is great. Best of 3, no, relax. You can fail once and you'll still be fine. Or you're going to the lower bracket if you lose this series, and then you're not so fine. You're in the best of 1s, definitely not where you want to be. And only one best of 3 stands in your way between upper bracket or a lower bracket. A lot at stake. And we have a rematch. paiN versus Ninjas in Pajamas was one of the first matches of the day. And they will go at it again. Previous results, Ninjas in Pajamas 2-0'd paiN, but paiN has got a little bit of a warm-up, so definitely, according to some, better chances here in the second time around. And to talk to you all about the series, we have Black still with us, and we now also got paiN and Trent on the panel. Good afternoon, or good evening actually already, gentlemen.
Hello.
And I want to just start things right off. I want to know from you guys, is this going to be a different result, or is it the same series all over again? Because warm-up, surely warm-up counts for something. Trent, you're up first.
Oh, wow. So that's how it happens when you sit over here? That's pretty much how it goes?
Yep.
Well, clearly I didn't get to see the first series. I believe I was casting during it. But, yeah, NiP. I know they felt pretty confident coming into the story. I talked to Peter a little bit, Yeah. He said the scrims were going really well. So I feel like, coming a little bit of an edge. Obviously that went well, but the fact that they're in the decider match later on means it didn't go perfectly today. Yeah. I'm just doing some quick recall here, so therefore they lost, I believe, to Secret.
To Secret.
Man, I'm on fire here. This is even my group, and look at me go.
Everything seems correct so far.
Easy. I would still be predicting NiP on top, even though paiN had some pretty good games. They struggled a little versus J-Storm, so.
So what happened, what I think, like what I believe, I just looked at the drafts and I looked at the ending of one of the games. It's like they played Drow twice, NiP.
Yeah.
And then Drow has been banning against them every other game. So this series should be completely different than the first.
Yeah.
Plus, I believe in one of the games there was they went for Throne. They got it to like 500 HP.
Correct.
paiN, and then they got wiped.
Yep.
So I don't think it was that simple. But it was Drow twice, and I don't think they're getting Drow.
I think Peter even tweeted, "Can't win without Drow."
He did. He did. I was going to bring that up. What do you think, Black?
Well, I think paiN and NiP should be very evenly matched on paper when it comes to like skill, talent, and stuff. But I just feel like, Drow game is like a completely different game. Like, it's not normal Dota. Like, everything is completely different. You lose objectives very quickly. The game can snowball very quickly. And I think if they ban that, they have like a very, like a 50-50.
Honestly, I'll say like this. I think NiP were really close to having good drafts for a Secret. So I'm gonna say they'll be convincing. Like I mean, they have the chance to be convincing. I don't like I don't like how paiN, like what's been happening in their drafts. And the way they play too is like, it's not bad, but it's a bit sloppy.
Yeah.
Now, one thing we have to keep in mind, Ninjas in Pajamas, they are playing with a stand-in, and they've got the best stand-in possible, I feel.
Yeah.
We got Mind Control, and Mind Control is the offlaner, and so is Tavo, and they are our featured matchup. So I want to talk offlane with you guys, because offlane has changed a lot over the Mind Control with the NiP jersey.
Oh my goodness.
It looks so different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But offlane had changed a lot over the last year or so.
You have a friend now.
Wait, is this Rasengan or is it
Kamehameha?
Kamehameha.
Is that Hadouken?
Isn't that what
It's a Hadouken.
Yeah. Hadouken is,
You guys got no anime up in here. Just keep it simple, guys. Video games.
I'm just thinking, Rasengan is this?
Rasengan is Naruto. It's one hand.
Alright, sorry.
It's okay. I got you covered.
So good. What are we thinking about these offliners right here?
I think, like, it's a bit different for the teams. Like, how paiN usually functions is that if Tavo is playing a teamfight hero, then, like, that's how it's supposed to be. Because generally none of their other players play those type of heroes. So,
Yeah,
like, last game they did win with a Tiny, but that's not, like, the usual paiN style. Like, they prefer having him on Magnus, Enigma.
Pango.
Yeah, Pango is the classic, right?
Yeah.
They like hard carry on HFN, and then like some kind of greedy mid for Weeha, and then you have like this more fighty team fight kind of guy, and then Tavo.
I think Mind Control is different. Like, he can obviously play those heroes too, but he has kind of plays everything. But like, he's very good at playing these Potoms and Weaver off lane, where he can.
I think that's on his lane, right?
Yeah, or even like Enigma and Nature's Prophet. Like,
I mean, he can play
very similar stuff where he's just like split, like kind of pushing the map. I feel like he's less fight focused and more like kind of the state of the lane focused. in a lot of his matches.
Yep.
How different do you feel NiP has to play now that they're playing with Ascended? Is that a lot different? Does mind control style different a lot from?
I thought it would be a lot different coming
Yeah.
into it because I feel like you kind of get like these specialty heroes from 3-3. Like that's pretty important from him, right? So I feel like you're maybe missing out on some special parts in the draft. But I was talking to Peter earlier, and I don't know, he seemed pretty happy about having MC, and he's just like, you know, he's obviously a very smart guy. He plays on a top team for many years. They've a lot of the chemistry that they've built up and a lot of good ideas, and he's bringing some of those into their games too. So he's unhappy that they don't have Netta, but I really do think MC is like the next best option you can get.
It's quite hard to be unhappy with like having MC as a stand, and I think that's pretty much like as good as you can get.
Yeah.
Because he can just fit in into pretty much any style. Because the guy, he was praised as like having one of the biggest hero pools in Liquid
And biggest work, like best work ethics.
Yeah,
the guy just grinds.
I mean, he's just a Dota beast, basically. Yeah.
He's played Centaur both games so far.
Wow.
There's
What a massive hero.
some high ceiling hero coming out for him. What do we like to see from the games here? Is it going to be a lot of team fights? Because we've like over the day actually we've had a little bit of a shift. I heard you guys talking about Phoenix in the green room earlier, where Phoenix has been super high tier for the minor, for the Hamburg before that, and for the first series today as well. And then he kind of poof gone.
See ya. No more fiery bird.
Actually, this series might not have Phoenix either. I'm just thinking about the players, and I don't think anyone really enjoys that hero that much on either team. Maybe Saxa could play the game, but I'm not.
Maybe a tree Phoenix, PP tree and a Phoenix. I could see that.
So might not be there. I'm not sure. I think it's gonna be some first pick Enigma. It's gonna be kind of similar. I don't think anyone is bringing out anything. I mean, it's like paiN. They bring out their heroes, right? Like you might see some Pango, some Visage. That type of stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of stuff you're watching for from them too.
Yes.
I want to see some hard carries for paiN. I don't want to see like Troll. I don't want to see Tinker. HFN really thrives when he plays his Terrorblade.
I like when he plays Weaver. He just like super aggressive.
Yeah, he does. But it feels like a bit like insecure, you know, that game. Because if he's not on a hard carry, they usually don't have a game closer. And like if he plays a Luna Terrorblade, it always feels like they play for late game. And in late game, he just seems to like almost never make mistakes. If he gets there.
True. And Weehaw is kind of a late game focused guy, I feel like too.
Yeah.
Where like he's always been much more like mid to late focused rather than the lane focus. Not really been known as like a big lane dominator for most of his playing career.
He's gotten better in lane though, I believe.
But he's hit it rough today though.
Yeah. I haven't really seen.
Like he played this Invoker against TB matchup, and he was like 3 levels behind. And
I thought that was a pretty bad matchup though for Invoker.
Yeah, it is bad, but not that bad.
Okay.
It's like
another player that has been getting a bit of flack today has been Fata. He's been playing a lot of Huskar, I believe, as well. And maybe Huskar's not his strongest hero.
That's you deserve some flack. You're playing Huskar. Let's be honest. Like the microscope's on you, right? You got
fair enough. You got to perform. But what kind of hero would he thrive on? What's like his go-to? Because you're trying to feel put him as much of a comfort hero as possible, right?
I mean, paiN probably knows, right?
Like, yeah, I think it depends on his mood, kind of. It's true.
All right, give us all the dirt, PaiN. Give us all.
So it works like this, because he can play these tanky heroes that run in. But sometimes I don't know, something happens where he, like, I don't know, he doesn't consider the rest of the team's positioning, and, like, he might mess that up. But, so in general, I'd like him on, like, Potoms and Storms the best.
Well, what about like Zeus,
I
Lina?
think Potom.
No, his Lina's good too. Like, heroes like that, where he... Like he can think about movement of heroes and like where he should be and how he should pick off.
How do you read his mood?
It's hard.
Is it something that we can do?
It's like a mood ring? I don't know, you just put it on one over.
No, I mean, you saw the Huskar game, so I think it's time to put him on a Potom.
I want to play tank this game. I want to play DPS Magic. I mean, he was the first guy pretty much who kept playing Zeus a lot, I think. He kind of invented the hero.
I mean, he can honestly play anything, but sometimes...
He's an inventor, man. The mech Dota,
no, he is,
you know?
German efficiency.
He likes to think of some new stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll bring anything new here. But.
No, so we can't really say anything useful about it because we don't really know what kind of mood they're in. Because
he feels like a filler to me. Like I think he's like the last person who's considered in terms of the core heroes on their team. Okay. I feel like I'm looking at Ace and I'm looking at MC first, or 3-3 if he's there.
If you were going to talk about key players.
Yeah, well, I feel like his heroes are like the fill heroes. He kind of has he's getting like the third priority in the draft, I feel
I mean, I feel he should be playing Tiny or Lina this series. That's what I feel.
slaying some
like
heroes.
heroes that don't really lose lane versus anything and
Very
kill people.
specific. Lina or Tiny.
Yes.
I mean, those are high-profile heroes. Surely Tiny is going to be picked one way or the other.
So you would
it's a
think
safe
that, but we
pick.
saw some series.
What about
was picked
DK?
at all.
His
DK?
DK is pretty good.
No, it's good.
His DK is pretty good. We're going to head into the draft really, really soon. Other than those heroes, any ones you're looking forward to seeing that...
I just want to
guess
see
we're
hard
seeing a lot of the
carries.
same hero.
Yeah.
Are we going to have some Terrorblade this series?
Hard carries for HFN.
I hope he's banned it,
But
please.
we might get some. We might get a Meepo by Ace. That would
Yeah.
be cool.
Oh, yeah, that would
down
be
for
cool.
that.
Maybe
I,
like
I don't want to see
Or
Arc Warden.
Weeha Meepo.
Yeah, no, but I just don't want to see Arc Warden.
Why, you guys Arc Warden haters?
No, I love Arc Warden.
I'm just not a fan.
Not a
It's
fan?
boring.
We had a sick Arc Warden game. I mean, Arteezy just, whew, that game was over. He got a solo lane versus a Necrophos. Necro did not have a good time, I can tell you.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
So we are in the draft, and the Drow does indeed get banned out as expected. So NiP has to come with something else. Didn't work against Secret, but
Chen is still in. I feel like that's something
knows?
they've gone for a couple times.
paiN Chen. Misery Chen also?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No? No?
Chen.
don't like
Okay,
it.
no, no.
You don't like it for either team?
Yes.
Why don't you like it?
I think the hero is pretty mediocre, and I don't think like any of these teams would play that well.
I thought Alliance played it really well in the qualifier. And like NiP, I don't know, I watched some of their games with the Chen. It seemed like they were pretty comfortable on it.
Yeah, now I'm just like it was one of those heroes before this. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna check this hero out. Then
Yeah.
I played it one pub, and I'm like, oh my, this feels absolutely awful. And then I'm like, all right, some people play this hero, so
Yeah.
I check out Tsuneko, and like he's not doing anything. I'm like, okay, I don't know why you picked this. Tiny, solid pickup.
Solid beginning, yup. As expected. First pick Tiny.
I'm just thinking, what's left? There's Phoenix.
So Lina for Fata then?
I think Axe. I think you just take Axe.
Oh
in this
yeah,
meta.
he's been banned in all the games I've been casting.
Yep, he has been. There he is.
I don't think you lead that hero. He feels absolutely broken right now.
It's like,
I mean, there we go. That's how you.
yeah,
Honestly, I think,
welcome to the tournament,
yeah,
folks.
I think that's how you draft.
Like Tinker again.
They're ready.
Oh, good. We enjoyed this game from the green room earlier. And
I guess they would just always pick Tinker when there's a Terrorblade then.
Yeah. I mean, it is a counter, right? But it's like one of those funny things because they don't really interact for like
At
how
all.
long?
For
15,
20
Yeah.
minutes.
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And why is he considered a counter? Just for the high ground defense, or?
I mean, the Axe, right? He kills illusions. It's also
Mhm.
like he can TP around to lanes, so like the TP can't ghost push as much.
yeah, it takes away a lot of that
And
impact.
he can just kill him.
Yeah.
Like bursting.
If you ever get a Hex or Dagon.
I think the thing that's so frustrating about this axe hero is that like you never know if they're just gonna like suddenly turn into this creep cutting axe and one of
Yeah.
your lanes is just like dead.
Yeah.
And it gets really weird. Like you need a
Yeah.
hero that can kind of last an under tower, or it's just gonna be some position 4 axe.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, we just wasted like a hero that can last under tower and shit.
Yeah.
Very frustrating.
Gets so farm. So let's see, Phoenix Storm.
But Tiny is one of the better heroes against him already in the lane.
Against Axe?
Yeah. Like I think he's just gonna farm. Like Tiny just farms any lane,
I
honestly.
guess, but the Axe farms so much more.
Yeah, and then you have like a
Yeah.
position 1 tiny or something. It's like or something weird.
It's definitely not. But I mean, it's HFN on Tinker already, so it's gonna be some Weeha.
It might be Weehaw Tinker too.
That's,
Like
that's
they,
the usually in that team it was.
Yeah. well, they
playing
do
it,
they do
but-
a Weehaw Tinker, and then they do like Tavo Brewmaster still in, which
Yeah.
they might pick here. So then they use the Brewlings, and you just like TP with the bots, and they just like snowball really fast, and they get HFN on like a quicker hero.
Yeah, I would really like to see that. Cause Visage.
So they, do you think they'll ban the ET?
You mean NiP?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah,
That would
possible.
actually be a decent.
because that's what they used last time, right?
Yeah.
They used it
Mhm.
with a Tinker. It takes away all the armor and the magic resistance and
It's a
whatnot.
really
of
good hero versus
TV.
Terrorblade.
Tiny burst as well.
I don't know. It feels like you should be able to do something about this. I don't.
About
Like,
what
that-
exactly?
I'm this Tinker here.
Yeah, I mean, there's Nyx.
I mean, that's what we said about Terrorblade like months ago. I was like, I mean, you can't first pick TB. This guy will just get like ran
No,
over.
yeah, they're all trying. They're gonna build a draft around countering him. I'm guessing.
But TP is so different. It's like you win one fight, you just push everything. But
Yeah.
Tinker is
No,
you win
yeah.
one fight, you farm a bit more, and then you
Yeah, that's true.
like you never tank up as Tinker. You know, you make one mistake, you die.
After all that, they ban a Bane.
They ban a Bane,
there
they
we
So
go.
they do go
pick a
for the
leader.
Lina, as Paradise said.
Yeah.
Lina or Tiny.
At the same time, though, like I'm very uncomfortable with Lina versus Tiny in the game.
Do you think it'll be support Lina? Just like play with the axe?
No, that's
Just
even
NA
worse.
dotes.
Actually, they could do that.
Yeah.
It's okay
Why are you uncomfortable with Lina versus Tiny?
because he's just dying in one
Yeah.
hit.
So they do go for the Titan again.
There, so I mean, they have a strat. That was the draft that I believe the panel called abysmal.
We did.
That came down to the Brood, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean the Brute. We don't want to talk about that.
Oh,
but-
someone was here on that. I see.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like. No, never mind. But now I was thinking NiP could brood.
Well, Lina needs level 15 to survive the burst, right? Of Tiny.
The health?
Get a 350 health.
I don't even know if you survive with that.
Yeah,
like if he has Echo Saber?
Yeah.
Very squishy.
But at the same, like they might run some support Tiny or whatever. I think it's just an offlane Tiny.
This is going to be some ace hero, and then they're going to tend to pick a different hero for Fada, I feel like.
You think that's
You think Lina 5? Or 4?
Or sorry, not an ace hero, but an MC hero. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's going to end up being a support Lina, but we'll see.
And they do have last picks. So.
Yeah.
We did see Lina completely crush a Tinker before, though. I think that was the EG game. So maybe they wanna. Yeah, they do go for the Nyx. So that.
Yeah, maybe it's just PPDX, right? And then they do Nyx Lina offlane.
Yeah. paiN literally just picks the same heroes.
Yeah, we've seen this before. Last game they rounded it out with Nurse Shaker, but they did get last pick Brood.
They did, but they didn't have a Tiny, right? That's something else.
They did not have a Tiny.
Yeah, and now they have.
Yeah, they had the Weaver instead of the Tiny.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, NiP has way better Brood answers, though, so they're not going to properly ban it.
So their support duo was weird last time, right? It was like ET and Shaker.
Yeah.
But the Shaker managed to get like really farmed and played against the Brood, so it was like kind of okay. In this game, I don't know if Shaker. I feel like they'll play something more conservative, like just some normal 5.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
Some Bane.
I mean, paiN kind of have everything they need in their draft, I think. So they just need something that can make the lanes okay.
But going like past minute 30, 35 is going to be pretty scary against the TB, I think.
I think the ET Spirit with Tinker is fine.
I mean, they can kill him, but they have like pretty hard Nyx counter. I mean, Tinker counter already with the Nyx.
The Nyx? Yeah, Nyx is pretty good. I don't know if it's enough. It is a decent Nyx game, though, if you can get like... get a lane to farm.
He needs to play with the Lina a lot.
I mean, honestly, Nyx is terrible against all heroes except Tinker in this game.
He's decent versus ET.
Yeah, because he can like stop the combos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he can't sleep. Or
And honestly, like playing Visage versus Nyx is overrated. Like, it doesn't feel that good. Now, obviously, you can push him down, but like you're playing with the Tinker, so the pushes are going to come.
You're also like pushing into these builds. Like he wants to play alone a lot of the time on Visage, and if this like Nyx is just stalking you, like they play pretty greedy when they have it on a Weehaw. He's just like up alone and stuff. And if you can set up good kills with the Nyx, that could be enough. So they do ban the Shaker. They're just like, okay, we're not going to give you the same 5 heroes.
No, I think it's very hard.
Almost the same.
It's a very hard ban there. Like you actually don't know what paiN are going to do.
Yeah, so just take something that they had success with and get rid of it.
Maybe they go position 4 Tiny and...
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. Because you said they had a weird dual melee support last time, right?
Yeah, they had Titan 5 last time.
So they might just...
It's such a misery hero, too. Like, he used to play it off lane. Like the ET, too, like a couple times.
I really think paiN should do offlane Tiny, though. They need something that does something.
They need burst.
Farm. Yeah.
Like burst fight.
I mean, and someone who has moves.
Yeah, I agree. And then we just want to see, like...
They get another 4, maybe? Like, something that saves from Axe.
Do you think someone that plays with the Tiny and you go ET Visage again?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Tiny...
Or maybe they'll... Let's see.
Against Nyx, against Nyx is also kind of scary.
It is scary.
That's a lot of push, though.
Why would they think it's comfortable to pick that into a Nyx Assassin? Like, are they just thinking, you know, our Visage will carry it through, or?
I think they're thinking, like, if it reaches minute 40, Terrorblade gets like 5-6 slot with a BKB, it's going to be really hard for them to actually play the game. So they probably just want to push them down.
I mean, I guess they're thinking their lane, like Pugna Tiny. It's good versus I mean, maybe they don't understand that. It's probably going to be a TBX lane, right?
Yeah.
What I'm guessing.
TBX and then Nyx +1.
No, it's Nyx Lina, I think. Or they might just put this Lina in.
Yeah, they can.
They have 8 seconds though. Like I think they're confused too what they're doing. They're like, oh, we pick this Lina, it can go mid, it can go, and now they're like, oh, so where does the Lina go?
There was not a lot of time at the end of this draft either.
That's again.
All right, so what they need to do now?
But
Tiny just goes against the
They have to put the Tiny mid, then they do support Pugna.
But that's what we said last time, and then Tinker.
Yeah, but last time we also criticized Bryle's Brood a lot because
an Ace Brood is
superb.
That's a Brood.
Ticks all the boxes when you're saying, you know, if you have a Brood and you're gonna have someone play it, it has to be someone that has well practiced on that. That's Ace.
And now we say that, and he's gonna do the same thing, and we're gonna be like, okay. Guess Tinker just beats Brood now.
I mean, maybe did he go like max March machines?
He did, but
is that good enough?
No, the Brood never pressured him.
Look at them all not showing their heroes here. Look at this mind games here.
Ooh.
All right, so it's up for...
That's a 5.
There you go.
Lina.
Saxalina.
Oh, Fata.
Fata Axe.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
X
he's playing
mid.
offlane now.
Yeah.
Axe mid.
No, he's playing the offlane.
Oh yeah, because Ace mid. Yeah.
I need to hear it, guys. Predictions.
NiP.
All right, that's one.
Yeah, I'm
Black
gonna
for
go
NiP. Trent for NiP.
I'm in on that. I will once again go with the spider.
Spider or no spider?
Mind control terrible.
Mind control terrible.
Yeah, I think NiP.
You're thinking NiP. All right, that's a 3 people going for
Hey
the
man, they did
spider.
it last time though. I'm not saying it's impossible.
I
For sure.
just don't like the tempo of paiN. They need so many levels.
All right.
Here's-
Last time people doubted paiN's visage, they got punished for it hard. Will the same thing happen once again? Let's find out here in the first game of our lower bracket decider match with your commentary duo of Cuddle Guy and Grand.
Thank you so much, Cheever. Back with analyst Grant here again for yet another paiN matchup. This time they're taking on NiP. Grant, we've seen the story before.
We have.
Another Visage lineup, very similar. This time they have the Pugna to pepper it up. And they even did it against the Broodmother matchup, but like the panel was talking about, that might have been a different case, a different game, a different player was on it.
Yep.
Are you a believer of that, or do you think paiN are going to be able to do it again?
I think paiN could do it again.
I
think if I had to make a bet, it would be 51-49. And I would put it on paiN.
Wow.
I mean,
bold call.
I've said it, right? Nature's Prophet or Visage, you just get this here on Weehaw, or HFN's hands, and they're going to find a way to win game. And it's Mind Control TB. Does this guy really know how to play TB? We talked about Brile Brood. Mind Control TB?
Yeah, and there was a lot of discussion leading in this game. Like, it's about also where you play the TB, you know, whether it be mid, whether it be side lane. Like, even that intricacy could be quite different for a player. So now Mind Control just completely stepping into it. Maybe he has pub experience. We'll find out. Let's get into the matchup here. We also have Peter on the Nyx. It's a lot of fun little pickups here.
I think the weird thing is, like, Nyx is good versus Pugna, and even decent versus Tinker, right? You can run into the March, you know, stun him. You can just take away a ton of his mana because mana burn's good. But I don't know. As a 5 Nyx, he's not going to have items. He's not going to be able to position himself correctly. It's gonna be a real weird Nyx. I don't think it's actually that good of a Nyx game if he's a 5.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We know Peter to be, of course, a very selfless support. Rarely greedy in his own right.
And that can be bad or good, that's for sure. And like,
very true.
Sometimes you do need items, but Peter's like, nah, you get the item, Ace.
I'll be curious to see how action-packed his Nyx Assassin will be in this game. Of course, that man right there, Mind Control, what he's going to be bringing to the table. Obviously, the stand-in for the team to kind of step in due to the visa issues. And, you know, there's a lot about just trying to find your team cohesion on top of it, too. So it's not just how Mind Control can play Terrorblade, but is the rest of the team prepared for Mind Control's playstyle of Terrorblade as well?
I'll be intrigued. I'm assuming he'll just play it normal, farm up, win late game, and hope he gets to the late game. Because we saw it was Moo who struggled, right? Like, he farmed okay, but all of a sudden there's a Visage at your base at 15 minutes, and you're like, well, I'm a TB. Like, what do you want me to do even if I come back?
And you can't help but feel like that would be amplified even further this game because you have a Pugna even to add on top of it. So
I think, right? paiN actually kind of lost the lanes that game for like 5 minutes. Then all of a sudden, Weehaw, TP top, got level 7. They just won the game like that, so...
Yeah.
Be intrigued to see.
They were pressuring the Weehaw Visage a lot in that bottom lane too. So we'll have to see if that's something they're going to keep up here. We already see Saxa unloading his LSA and the hefty right clicks coming out, plus the battle hunger on top of it. That's a lot. He'll be chewing through this region pretty fast on the Visage.
Tavo tipped Peter because Peter just like whiffed an Impale. You know, it's just paiN usually abuses their tips, but you know, sometimes they put to good use.
Do you think Peter, for the kind of guy he is one to mute the all chat just to kind of get it out there?
I could definitely see that. I mute it. It's not even because it bothers me. I'm just like, why? Like actual all chatting, I love tipping and hero wheel. I don't know. It just feels like lame. Like, just call someone a scrub straight up. You don't have to tip them to do it. Just call them a scrub.
I really don't know many players who would get motivated to be tipped agained. Like, you tip against me, it's only going to make me play better. Yeah, I don't think anyone says that. You miss a stun, you get tipped, you're definitely going to be thinking about it just a little bit.
Yeah. No, man.
More pressure continuing here on the bottom, but that same pressure. Okay, well, man, how the tides have already turned for this one. It's Weehaw scoring the first blood, sniping down Fata on the X.
Oh, is this a bad sign for him? They lost their lanes last time and won. You win your lane this time. The problem is he comes back with, like, full HP. got some more regen, has double stout.
That top lane also going really well for paiN too. Tavo's sitting at the top of the CS game right now, and that Pugna 8-3 in this matchup.
You see Misery goes that 0-1-1 build again with the armor. Tavo just does a ton of damage, but Misery, whoa.
Yeah, he's nice two-man stun from Peter, lining up the shot there. Tries to pursue forward, but obviously doesn't want to get too ahead of himself. Misery is out of regen at this point, so just have to be a little careful.
I think he wants to suicide, but you can't really because he's taking damage from this Terrorblade, which means he has to wait longer to suicide so it doesn't just give him the gold.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's also hard now to commit to an early suicide. It adds so much to your time, it feels like, if it's early on, right?
Yeah. To Newts, he could run to like the tier 2 or something, but we saw in a game earlier someone did that and an axe TP'd and actually stole the golden experience.
Yeah.
Oh, weehaw.
All right. Possible redemption here. Toss back, but it's not going to matter. Fata is able to return to the lane and get a little bit of vengeance. Meanwhile, Misery, who we'd been talking about before, does eventually get caught out. It is going to be Mind Control picking up that last hit. So just as we were getting ready to praise up paiN Gaming in their laning phase, NiP are able to score a couple of kills for themselves.
I know you died terribly. I think it's fine, right? You give 155 gold, which is maybe 4 creeps. You've already dominated. Pugna's done a good job of dominating. I think you're okay giving that gold just because, well, Misery's level 3, comes back full HP and mana. Even though dying's bad, sometimes it has its uses.
Looks pretty close in the mid lane as well, between our Brood and Tinker. Stun top lane. Set up. They're going to make the move in for Tava, but just walks on out. Misery's confident to stand in and pop some shots onto Mind Control, who is going to pop the Metamorph, so he's going to be committing the extra bit of harassment damage and just pushing the lane on forward. But ooh, he eats a hard blast to Crep. Stomp! It's there. He's forced to pop the wand to stay alive, and then the burst follow-up. Dude, Terrorblade is frail in the early game, and you got to be careful of that. Meanwhile, Wee scores another kill for his team. Bottom sniping down and getting the finish of Saksa. paiN firing right back.
And he thought, he was like, I've got 10 stick charges, I'm going to be fine. He didn't expect like the D-Crep level, the 1-1-1 build from ET, and it really paid off.
Here we go. And these teams are aggressive.
King RD, will he be okay?
I don't think so. Battle Hunger, another chop right there, and Fada will pick it up.
This is a 6 kills, 4.5 minutes, middle lane, not going to be much, unless this Broodmother wants to dive Tinker, but...
Yeah, unless it gets to that point, this is the only lane that seems to be a bit of a stale right now. 21-8, 22.
Yeah, it seems like HFN's still in a decent game. He's going to actually look like he's going to try to double stack for himself here.
Yeah, he got great timing for the Boots of Travel in his last Tinker game, and that was a game where it felt like their laning advantage was not there at all. So I'd be surprised to see how fast he can get it this time. Peter. Stomp. Carapace. Wants that 5-minute rune, he's going to get it. Stuns out the Tinker and tries to run out the other direction here.
He shouldn't escape here, but you never know. Misery needs to get enough for stun. He's just going to walk out.
Worth it for sure. Uh-oh, Brood's now taking action into the lane, has set up shop behind the tower. This is where things get very scary for the Tinker when he does return to the lane.
And I like it because Nyx is still just sitting there too.
Yep.
Bottom though. See you later, Tiny. Maybe not.
Toss back, tree toss. King RG's gonna be fine. Steps out and away. No health regen though, so I don't know if he's gonna just make the walk all the way back or go for the shrine. Okay.
Well, Peter's just getting chunked down by Misery right now. It'll be okay.
It turns around.
Yep. I don't know, NiP or NiP just feel okay just playing a little more cautiously. Like even bottom, I'm pretty sure they could get that kill on Tiny, but is it worth one of them dying for it as well? They're just playing a lot more cautiously. Not sure if it's good or bad yet.
This is where I mean, if you're going with what the panel was talking about, this is where we might see Ace kind of do more of the right thing, I guess, with the Broodmother. Like if he's more assertive in the lane, he's already like he postured up a lot already behind that tier 1. He's scooping with the Ancients. Doesn't want to be doing the Ancients too much, but Tinker's completely out of the lane, so I don't know how much kill potential is even going to be there for the Brood to dive.
Here's Misery, just like last time versus the Brood, goes middle because he can't get those Spiderlings, Spiderites, get that extra damage.
Yeah.
The problem is he can't really do anything with the damage. You can right-click and yeah, Ace just goes straight back in there.
Stun, toss all the way back. Fata under the tower, forced to call and try to run out a different direction here if possible.
With the Quelling Blade.
Does find a way out.
Oh, maybe. He might be dead. I think he's dead.
Into it again. And this time pay the price for it. Nice grab right there. It's going to go to Wii. Toss or stun forward to go for Saksa. Can't get close enough for the toss back though. Meanwhile, top lane. Also pressure onto the Pugna. Metamorph was committed. They're going to get the stun. Some right clicks could be there. Self-decrep though. And a blast will create the space necessary to make it away from trouble.
And this, I think NiP's already done a little bit better job of like not just letting paiN dictate the lanes. They're winning top as well now with the TBs pushing into their tower. You see Peter, he's just looking for top. He's like, I know your Elder Titan's middle, so I can do this. But now guess what? Elder Titan's here.
Yep. Misery catches him from the front.
Trying to bait out the Carapace.
Yep. And while that's happening, we see bottom lane also has a little bit of a skirmish, but this one is really beginning to unfold now with the rockets and the stomp nukes coming out. Peter will be finished off. Been really a big nuisance in that lane, kind of drawing a lot of focus from paiN, pulling that focus away from someone like Terrorblade, let's say, so they can continue farming up, which is good.
I think the only problem if you're NiP now is this Visage is flying out his Helmet of the Dominator. He's going to be level 6 in about 1 creep wave. Even this Axe is going to have Trums, and oh man, Misery just gets melted. I mean, with that many Spiderlings, doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is his lane now at this point. He's taking pretty firm control of it. It's going to take Tinker's marches to try to fend it off a bit, but it looks like he will be able to go for the finish of the Tier 1 tower rather easily.
Yeah, we see Bryle, like, it felt like he didn't really know exactly what to do versus that dual lane. Like, once Elder Titan came middle and Tinker was there, like, he didn't really know. Well, oh, Tinker's dead again. Oof. And this is feeling definitely a lot worse.
This is a scary Brood game right now. He's totally in control here.
Even, I mean, this Tiny's level 4. Like, what are you going to do? Stun toss combo him for 50 damage?
Yeah. I don't think that's going to get it done.
It's going to have to be Weehaw trying to make space, but it's Peter up top. Yep, he's probably going to die.
Yep.
Nice double, though. Actually, that double might have just saved him.
Tip him back, Peter.
That's when you actually do. I don't know. I don't think Peter might be one of the guys who doesn't actually have Dota Plus.
Yeah, I can see that. I've never imagined Peter to even tip anyways.
Do you have it?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I had that free 1 month.
Wait, you got a free 1 month?
Not a free month, but I guess I got the initial 1 month or whatever.
Wait, you get an initial month?
I think I had to pay for it, but I just got it along with the hype of everyone else. But I only did the 1 month.
Oh, and here you see the Axe. With just level 6, like the bird do so much damage.
Oh, man.
That's why you can't just leave someone alone against Visage.
And so you die. That's a great chat line right there. Nice grab right there. They try to move on forward to go for the Tier 1 as well. While that's happening, Tavo gets his own tower there at the top lane too. Still tossing things back and around here.
He canceled the clarity from Sox and destroyed PPD. So they're all just going to 3-man showers here. You ever been to a bathhouse?
Yes.
Because it looks like this Brood's about to not have one to hit up, but he's okay.
Yes, I did. A friend took me there for my bachelor party. Part of it.
Really? Isn't it just like? I mean, isn't it just like 50 old dudes?
Yeah, I mean that wasn't the bachelor party.
That was just the party. Here you go. I'm gonna go hit the gym.
I realized when I said that. That's like that sounds like I had the worst bachelor party ever. But
we hit up the bathhouse.
It was like a guy's night out to go to the spa. Like that's like a spa thing or whatever.
Dude, spas are great.
Yeah.
You ever had a mani or pedi done or no?
I've never had a. No, I've never had neither actually.
I've had a. What's the toes?
That's
Manny?
Petty, I think.
Petty, okay about that. It's whatever.
That just goes to show I don't know what the...
Me either. I'm trying, man. So top lane, we saw Weehaw rotate up here last time, but with the Pugna on their team as well, they can just pressure multiple lanes at once instead of being like forced to pressure one.
Yeah, that's their advantage. I mean, while the Brood has pretty much a chokehold grip on this mid lane, paiN do have the credit of both Weehaw, Visage, and the Pugna to just push out multiple lanes.
Oh, Peter whiffs the stun. I don't think they would have gotten the kill either way, but does whiff it. Sock's almost level 6 now. His mana boots. Bottom. See ya, Fada. You can't. You'd think Axe would be good versus like Helm of the Dominator kind of thing, but Visage just doesn't care. The birds will melt you. It doesn't matter how much armor you have. You get Grave Shield, you're just gonna die. They gotta stop sending Axe down here. I think it's actually losing him the game.
Yeah, I know. I realize he's probably real thirsty to try to make moves towards his Blink Dagger here, but that opportunity may not be there.
He's a Vanguard. Vanguard honestly doesn't do that much versus Visage. They're going to get a tier 1. Peter wants to set something up. He has Carapace while he's invis. Can definitely
TP
stun him.
Cancel it.
There it is. Don't think he can kill him though, but it's a good play. Is he going to stun him again?
Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do. He's going to do it.
Yes, do it. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He can't still just do it again. No, like he has Soul Ring. Like,
so much time wasted.
Oh, they're looking for him. They're like, nah, you're gonna die for that, Mr. Pandem.
Oh, the birds are coming.
Dude, they're actually,
like, there's nowhere to go.
God.
You want to see a TP get canceled, sir?
Who's with him? Oh, Ace is here. Look at Ace. Ace doesn't even care.
You want to tip him? They're gonna tip him too.
Wait,
right?
yeah. Ace is just there. He's like, nah, you're good. You're good, bro.
They did it too.
Oh,
man. Well, I mean, Peter definitely is a little bit of a headache on that one, but
I think
managed to swarm it.
Yeah, I think Peter's fine with that. Like, if it was like 1 or 2, okay, but he baited 4 people over there. And it's not like the Pugna's pushing top that hard. Doing it decent. It's not like a Visage work. Your tower's just dead. He has to slowly blast it over and over.
Yeah, Peter's pretty much bottom net worth. It's not like he's handing over a chunk of change.
That's what we talked about, though. Also, that 5, it's not handing over anything, but he needs items. He is level 7, but it just feels like a Ewell's, a Blink. Either of those 2 items just helps so much in this game.
For sure.
Well, we're going to see. What can he do right now? Is he going to go for this?
He's thinking
Pretty
about
bad
it here.
idea.
Heavy pressure to go onto the tier 1. Soxa does have Laguna, but realistically, can they kill anything here? Well, maybe with Fata they can, but this is an Axe who has to walk in and do the old-fashioned way.
Oh, the Tiny. They got so nervous. You saw how nervous Peter got right when he saw Tiny. It's like, they don't even have wards, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, he gets the stun. There's the LC, the Laguna. Another stun follow-up. It's a 3-on-1 to just try to go for the finish of Tiny. They will be able to get it, but it's at the expense of that mid-tier 1 tower.
Yep. And top getting pushed in better now because TB was like, wait, I can't lane up here. And he just heads to his little home castle here.
Little Aether Lens on the Pugna friend, so he can get further range for those blasts, ward drops, and even life drains.
Yep, I still can't believe life drain can heal your teammate. That's still one of those changes. It's so weird. I think people don't like use it correctly, you know?
I feel like when I use it, like, it really takes a lot out of...
correct.
It feel like it just takes a lot out of Pugna when you do it. Like, I'm doing it, and I'm like, man, I have no life now.
Yeah, I mean, he's this little skeleton. Oh, Peter?
The crap blast, suck, and he's gone.
I feel you're just a little like spooky skeleton, and then you're just like, here's all my life. Oh, never mind, I'm dead. Damn, they're gonna use all their tips on him.
Oh, they're trying to full-blown tilt the man. Even Misery getting in on it.
It's only game 1. Y'all get a calm down. I like it though. Do you like the? I don't know. I like cockiness, but do you? That's what you'd consider this, right? Or no? What would you consider this?
I
bottom
mean,
lane, sorry, guys.
As we see King RD get manhandled by Ace here in the bottom lane. I don't think that's really anything too unfamiliar for a lot of sports. You hear many stories about like, NBA players talking trash to each other on the court and all that. I don't know. I think tipping is pretty docile.
It's pretty lame. Yeah. Or not lame. I mean, tame.
Yeah.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Lame.
No.
All right. 1400 on Fata's Axe towards the Blink Dagger here. Our win probability still down the middle, it looks like. Yep. In the Dota Plus.
I think that's... I actually have no clue why. Maybe it's the Tinker. You don't really know Dota Plus. Well, Peter's going to try to run.
Carapace. Good stun to slow down the summons.
Pretty decent versus Visage there. I mean, it's only... look at his build. 2-1-4 on the Nyx. He just has to max Carapace or else he'll get run down by the Visage. You really do.
Yep.
But they are doing a better job. It feels like this game, the TB team is doing better. Like, he's getting some farm. He goes Aquila Dragonlance so he can survive some of that burst, even be useful early. And look at that, TP's out. Nicely done.
Just in time. But he's simply trying to fend off the pressure from that top lane. Ace gets another grab on him. King RD in the bottom lane.
Down there?
His Brood is just putting in work right now. He knows when he can take opportunities to just get the jump and kill players. He's 4-0 right now. On the 4-0-0. Like, everything he's done it on his own.
Yeah, I don't need anyone.
In his own world, playing his own game.
Farming at tier 3 by himself. You see, Bryle, like, never rotated out of the middle lane and already bought him. Brood's done such a good job of rotating.
This is pretty Brood. This is a pretty Brood game for sure.
Yeah, he's brooding it up.
That's how you do it.
He's going to get the tower with the siege. Get a maybe try for the deny?
Laser. Nope, not going to get that deny.
And he's a full BKB.
but they are able to get their own tier 2 in the mid lane. Weehaw picks that one up. So they're just going down that checklist of just objectives now. To the bottom, I suppose, could be next year if they want to kind of take on the Brood head on.
The difference between these two games right now definitely feels like the Brood plays a little bit better, but the TB's also finding farming it. It feels like paiN, they're not as aggressive as they were in the other game, and I'm wondering if it's the change of teams, or they just know they can't push base, right? If they try to push the base, Ace will push their base almost just as quick.
Do you remember, I don't mean to put you on the spot, do you remember what Tavo played in that game on the offlane? I know they didn't have the Pugna. I'm trying to remember what they had. Maybe that was something that could have been more proactive across the other lanes. Maybe been a reason why they were able to kind of be more active. I don't believe it was a Tiny or anything.
Yeah, he played the Weaver.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. The Weaver. That could be a little more proactive, I suppose. But
here's the Roche. And with the Visage, with Helm of the Dominator, and Solar Crest, it's going to go down reasonably quick here.
Is handing over all of his life drain to KingRD, who's trying to tank the Roche because they don't seem to have a good tank anywhere. And now as they're fighting it out, here comes Ace to the party right now, venturing away from that bottom lane and joining his team for what feels like the first time in the game, and they're just going to get paiN out of the neighborhood.
Damn. He just ran in. That is his 10-second BKB used just to get that, Tiny killed, but it slows down Roche as well. I feel like Radiant can just go in again if they want. We'll see.
They didn't really have anyone good to tank it.
Yeah.
The Tiny was eating a lot
I think
of
you just have to use the Helm of the Dominator creep.
Yeah. Lots of pings here.
It's not like Dire doesn't have the best Roshan fight. They do have a blink from Axe, but that's about it, as well as the Lina.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay Roche counter, and their lineup to even do Roche is, it's okay.
Oh, metal. They're still looking to be feisty, but no one really wants to go in except Ace from behind, possibly.
Oh! Bata does not get the call off. He does cancel it after that blink in. Wade sets it up then on the Weehaw, who's going to eat the Laguna. Still, is it going to be enough firepower to go for the finish? Ace thinks about going for him, instead goes to the high ground to get the easier finish onto the Tavo and heads right back into the fight. With the back end of his BKB, tries to focus in onto Wee. Peter now slipping in, looking to go for the stun setup there. Tiny low on mana, finds Tinker in the woods nearby, and then steps off. That was...
What a strange, skirmish, I guess?
Yeah, only one little kill. Yep. I felt like it was going to be definitely more of an assault than that.
I think
it's pretty tame.
paiN's honestly, I don't think they're fine losing 1-0, but it's a BKB charge every time. He'll be down to 5 quick. The problem is there's a TB in this game, and he hasn't just fallen completely off. He's even going BKB second item.
Yeah.
He's right. He wants to fight with his team. Like, he knows if we get past 30 minutes, we're probably going to win this game. So let's do it.
paiN, though, trying to continue their objective path forward. They continue to float around this Roche pit. It's definitely being contested each way. Bata now being spotted out. The chase is on from KingRD. Missiles flying down and below. Not enough to be able to go for the follow-up finish. Ace has to take to the hills and over. Make it away from potential trouble. And he popped the BKB again.
It is a pretty big deal. And like sometimes, you just need a 5 Saiyan. But in games like these, where you know you're going to be fighting 24/7, you don't just. I mean, you just have a 5 Saiyan BKB. That's going to go down so quickly.
Yep, he's already at 7. 20 minutes in.
Man, yeah, he's used it just once a minute. It feels like blink on Tiny. Now they actually have some catches. A blink toss back. All of a sudden, it sets up a high ground push. This is where paiN usually likes to be. They're down 2K, but they're still in a decent position. They definitely are on a timer, though. There's definitely a timer for the Dire side. Like, Tinker is very good into the late game, but...
yeah, you don't want to be in that position
terrible,
where you're just trying to survive by pushing out side lanes barely with Tinker. You don't want to be in that kind of position. They're trying to keep the lanes pushed as far forward as they can right now. Tinker's jumping around between lanes and jungle, trying to mass farm. He's doing a pretty good job with it, I gotta say. He's got the 8th lens done.
Nullifier next item for Brood.
Pipe also picked up by Wee. Good heavy magic mitigation to be able to offer for himself and his team. He's already hard enough to take down as it is.
The strategy they used versus J-Storm, though, isn't working here. They're like trying to sit behind Weehaw. They've already taken like all the tier 2s except bottom. the problem is they don't have control of the map like they did versus J-Storm. And TB, he has a BKB. It feels like paiN has to make something happen in the next like 10 minutes, or else this TB will just take over the game. And they try middle, but won't find anyone.
Yep. All right, no opportunity there. They're going to have to look elsewhere. Back smoke play here. There was a ward nearby. I'm not sure if it had a brief vision within lane. I mean, they're chat wheeling as if they know, though.
Yeah, I think they do. Nice, well played. They could just go into Roche. They're going to kill sentries off first. Roche back to full HP would be pretty tough. It actually is really hard to fight Roche, even if you're rating, because even though Brood's not the best, Roche here, won't find Peter. Carapace, man. Very strong spell.
It's definitely good at getting him out of a sticky situation. To kind of push them back. But they're thirsty for Roche. They're going back at it again. Pings are coming out. They're using the Spirit to try to scout out the high ground to see what NiP could be up to. Down to just below half of his life. Here comes the return of HFNs. NiP creeping in. Ace sends in his little spiderlings, and they're going right for Wii. The follow-up call is there. A nice decrep, though, to avoid further damage. Does come out. He tries to even give him a little bit of that life drain support. Misery super low, somehow still surviving. Finally able to be brought down from Mind Control's refraction there.
Oh, this Roche so low. I think Ace and Tavo both know what's happening right now. Maybe they don't. They're just going to give it up. It looks like it. I don't think Radiant knows this is happening.
They are frantically trying to TP to that area. I don't think they're going to get there in time. It's already done. The birds were soaring over, but it's too late.
That's a good call. Whoever
Jump,
made that call.
Toss up and down, but there's the Sunder, and one shot and a dunk, and Tavo is gone. Follow-up takedown is going to be there as well for King RD, and here comes the NiP Swarm. paiN need to run to the hills right now to make it away. Frantic to try to go for the rearm. Jump in from Pata. Beautiful setup onto 2. Here comes NiP, slaughtering out 4 of them. The end of the day.
Well, I said that about 10 minutes, but it's looking like their time. I mean, it's only 24 minutes in, but you're playing against this TB, this Brood, who is level 20 at 24 minutes. And an ad. The best thing...
So about Peter with the alt chat.
I'm fine with that.
It's like, you guys have tipped me enough. I'll hit you with a dot.
Yeah, Peter, you know, he was talking a little bit in the pregame lobby. He doesn't have it. He's like, dot.
He's like, I don't have Dota Plus, so here's my 2 tips.
I don't know. This just feels like paiN missed their timing. I mean, that's the thing, too, right? Like, I would say NiP is maybe a tier above J-Storm, so what may have worked against them isn't going to work against, like, another team, right? I mean, Ace played for Secret Mind Control. He's won a TI. These guys are pretty good.
True that. paiN are definitely going to get tested on what feels like another level with this matchup here. What may have been able to coast by against paiN, maybe due to uncomfort.
Oh, sorry. This Lina actually almost just hit just a raw LSA on Tinker. Barely missed.
Sox has been kind of a quiet killer in this game, you know. It's 0-1-7 Lina, you know, she's there to kind of dish out the extra firepower and an occasional stun, but...
You know the best way to get gold? Don't die. And she has done a good job of that.
That is certainly true.
Think if, man, especially on GPM heroes, you don't die on GPM heroes, you're in a good spot.
Yeah, I was like checking her, like, she doesn't have a GPM talent, right? That'd be mega value, but...
Yeah. Has the Aether Lens cast range versus Tinker especially. This is so good. I'm surprised.
Aether Lens and the cast range
so
talent.
We've
like,
seen,
wow.
I will say, I think he did get that. I know Boris has been playing it a lot for BSJ's Team Runes, and he does this exact same thing. You can just farm from, you never have to show your face. You can just nuke waves from the forest. I mean, it's even better versus Tinker, right?
Yep.
Because this Tinker, now you have the Yules. Yules with the cast range is actually...
Look at that.
You can find, yeah.
I mean, I'm highlighting it. That's pretty crazy.
That is.
Giant cast.
They're trying. This is the last tier 2. paiN, you got to get this, and then I don't know where you go after this. I don't think you can push uphill.
See, jumping from Fata. Been putting in a lot of work since he was able to get that Blink together. And he's found focus onto Wii. There's Decrep, though. HFN looking to roll right back into the party, but they've been already able to snipe down the King RD, and now the runaway from Misery and company here. Soxa from the outside, able to get that Yules on the Weehawk. They're going to be able to hold him back and away while Mind Control runs on forward, looking to go for the finish onto Tavo. Can't pursue with the chase, but they are going to be able to make it a 3-4-1 trade. Very nice for NiP again. 18 to 10, 11K net worth advantage. All but solid here. The win condition for paiN is just getting slimmer and slimmer.
That's a good thing about this axe here, right? Like we've seen Puppy played in the 5 role. It's still good in the off lane. When you have someone who can just blink in and hold a bunch of people in place, you're always going to be a good hero no matter what position.
Yeah, he even had a bit of a hard time in the laning phase too. Jump call,
That's
get
200
that
gold,
satyr
baby.
out of here.
Yeah, take it. He's going Shadowblade instead of like Hood. A little surprised. I guess it's just not. I mean, Tinker will just blow you up either way.
On who?
On Axe. Now he's going BKB.
Yeah, I was going to say,
right?
you must have changed that second you said it.
Yeah, oh, don't make me look dumb. Please, Fodder. Your crazy builds have done it before, but this is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Tinker's annoyance is just a bit too much. There's a lot out there on paiN's side that you can just fend off with a good BKB.
Oh, middle. He gets the Carapace on the blast. This should just be a kill. Nice toss back.
Nice toss back save. Is he going to be the martyr, you know, risking his own life for this? Jump call from Fata rather to pull out King RD from the base, but they'll actually be the one to get the finish on the Fata. And he's like, I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had an opportunity to go for the blink call.
Yeah, he had the Astral Spirit on him, too. Astral Spirit buffs up the, what you would call magic resistance, or buffs. It takes it away, and then you just have laser rockets flying in. It's pretty darn good for that long range.
For sure. They definitely have a lot of outspam. paiN's high ground defense is certainly going to be something to have to muscle through if you're NiP, unless they're able to take some sort of outside skirmish first. It's going to be hard to kind of breach into paiN. Or deep in the high ground, Tinker March, of course, toss-back combos and of the nature, stomps.
The NiP, they're probably just going to wait, like they know paiN has to push into them, and they can just take another fight. If paiN doesn't push into them, they're just going to win. So I think if you're NiP, you just sit back and let paiN do what they want to do, and you'll eventually win. I think this game is so hard.
Top of the net worth for Ace's Brood. You think by now the Terrorblade would be really taken over? So
yeah, I think it's because he went BKB like after Dragonlance, so he didn't go like the best farming items, but he went so he could fight, and it worked out.
Yeah,
I think now I'll give him till 35 minutes, and I'm sure I'll pass him.
Yeah, it's pretty fair. It's got 3K in the bank to even work with right now. Yeah. It's pretty fair.
Aghanims is picked up by Visage, so an extra bird, which will be nice. I don't see how paiN, like, they're just roaming as 5 right now while NiP's farming all 3 lanes on the map. And now here comes the big Smokerino gang. Oh, they smoked into smoke.
Yep. Misery just quickly caught out, finished off right there, and the chase is on for any other paiN members who are going to be far from their friends. Can't quite get that catch onto the Terrorblade Metamorph to be committed here, so they might take out the wards and then try to go for some sort of follow-up objective. Tower, maybe tier 2 top lane.
Oh, I like this.
Lane is too far pushed.
King RD, he runs bottom just to steal a bounty rune. But it worked out. Will he die for this? We're about to find out.
Maybe. Yep.
Status resistance pretty good versus stun.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh.
Good guess. He went south.
Oh man. Ace. You just can't go over. He just solo killed the team. You just can't go over there. You actually...
Look at his items. I mean, he's got that
He's
fire now, too.
4.1k.
Yep.
Find more.
He is huge.
Tavo's dead.
Yeah, Tavo's.
Well, maybe not.
Really can't... What? Man, it took a long time to take him down.
And then he lost some of his mana because of the ward, so he couldn't cast Call. Just got enough, and
well,
now...
they still got him, and they're also going to get King RD, too.
And Ace is going to be 25. Yeah, this
is getting a bit out of control right now.
Yep, and Radiant can definitely like stall his game out with the Tinker, but Tinker's dead now, so maybe not. They're probably going to lose a rack.
This is when they can breach, you know, taking that skirmish, killing them outside the base. I mean, they don't want to have to use these buybacks for just the first set of racks, so it looks like it is going to be possibly a sacrifice here. The fortification does come out. NiP not wavered at the slightest. Moving on forward, they'll get to finish up the tier 3.
Oh,
get that creep!
The bird.
Get that bird!
There's a tanky bird with the solar crest. He just, look at that, mind control's like, nah, I'm BKBing. I'm killing his racks. I don't care what anyone else does.
Laguna out. trying to go for the snipe on the backline. Misery can't quite do it, but the Raxes are cleared, so let's head on out. Sunder for life used on PPD.
All right, works.
Yep, and now they run on out. A couple of missiles as a goodbye gift, but NiP move in and get what they need.
Oh, top even getting smoked by these siege units, but HFN will finally laser him, so stop doing. Oh, he's lasering the range creeps. All right. They might lose this tier 2 because of that. Nah, it'll survive. Barely. 72 HP, but they know they can just backdoor that if they want. I'm not sure if Radiant... I mean, they need these Ags on Tinker. They're going to need a Sheep Stick and a Shivas probably. And they're going to need that all in about 8 minutes here.
Can they do it?
Probably not, but
all
this
right.
Terrorblade has an Eye of Scotty now. Oh, man, I didn't even see that. Yeah, I think you just... You don't have to wait for anything. If you really want, yeah, he's going to take this Shrine bottom. Maybe just wait for Roche. I think that's fine. It will be up in a minute. We know that at least.
Is that really the best chance, you think, for paiN? It's like contest and fight at the Roche or take the Roche if that's somehow possible?
I have no clue what paiN's going to do. I was just saying for NiP. If they want to be caught, just wait for Roche. For paiN, yeah. I think they have. They got to. You can't just fight in base. You're going to lose eventually.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like,
yeah,
I know paiN do have decent high ground defense, but their better chances might be trying to catch NiP when they're trying to focus down the Roche.
Yep.
So we'll have to see if it's going to be like some sort of maybe desperation fight. I mean, Misery is just on guard as a ward himself.
He's waiting for this Roche to come up.
So yeah, I don't think paiN can like behind the back grab Roche, but they're just hoping to kind of have a better setup so that when NiP roll through, maybe take advantage. But if they lose a fight here dramatically, this game is all but over. Okay, well, jump in. Gonna go for the heavy burst. Misery trying to make it back out and away, but Ace is just chomping him on through, and he'll get that finish onto King RD. Meanwhile, Fata chasing onto Wii. Wii trying to move forward, looking to go for any easy target. Even on the socks of it, he gets hit with a Crimson Guard, pops out the stun, and he's going to be all but safe. They've already been taking out other paiN members. 3 have been dropped already. The final 2 cores still standing here. A buyback is going to be forced out, though, from Tavo. Given that this is likely the final hurrah of paiN Gaming, we'll see if they can make anything out of it here. It's a long, slow burn to be able to go for the finish of Weehaw, but they eventually will get it done, and that will be the game. NiP, you know, paiN pulling out the same kind of lineup, but NiP showing that they are just of another class right now. Yep. And they're going to be definitely testing paiN on another level.
Yeah, I wonder, this is one of those drafts. I wonder if you do that if you actually do have 33. I know he's a great player, but I've never really seen him play Terrorblade. Meanwhile, you have Mind Control. It's like, hey, you're our offlane stand-in. You want to play Terrorblade? Like, oh, I guess. And then it works out for him because they get all these other different heroes. You get Fod on his Axe, which he played a ton when he was playing offlane instead of middle, and now Ace. I mean, give Ace that cheese hero he loves, and that's all he plays, man. This team, it's been talked about time and time again. Huskar, Brood, they just love playing these heroes in non-cheesy ways. They'll first pick them half the time, and it works out sometimes, doesn't work out others, but they get the win here, and that means they need, what, one more win to go to upper bracket. I'm sure they would love that.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if it continues to work out for them. Just to add on the note for Peter and Mind Control, I imagine they'd have to talk to Mind Control, like what do you feel comfortable with? And I want to say I've seen a lot of games where Mind Control does typically play core in pubs, so he probably does have experience playing Terrorblade. Plus, if you're going to play core, I think you have to have Terrorblade under your sleeve. At least in this meta, for sure.
15-0-7 on Brood. Just want to say that. Just 0 deaths, 15 kills. It's whatever.
I really hate to like harp so much on the Brile Brood game, but you know, we had come from seeing a Brile Brood and this Ace Brood, and you're just kind of like, this is the Brood game you're hoping to have when you hop in with a Brood in this kind of matchup. So that is, you know, that's really how it's done, it feels like. So let's go ahead and throw things over to the panel and get their insight for Game 1.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll check back into you with Game 2 later on. Game 1 at Brood, definitely a spider problem for paiN Gaming, and they could not take the game, and they could not be as dominant as they were earlier against a Brood here with Black, Piladai, and Trent. And can we kind of already thought that this was going to be the result, Trent?
We did, but we also saw earlier where it didn't go the way that you would think.
True.
With that. And honestly, I think we were all getting a little concerned in that game too. We're like, oh my god, they're going to do it again. Yeah. Like, they're snowballing, they're taking towers, and Fada was our question mark, at least in the first half of that game, it felt like.
Yeah, you know, for me, I don't think like the laning can work out that way when you're an Axe versus Visage. I think you're supposed to be way more fun than this.
Yeah, and
I think there's no matchup where you don't cut the creeps. Like that's what I.
And I think that's why people abuse the Lina too, because she's like these long-range harassers. She's like still plays around the tower while you're like cutting the waves too. So it's very irritating. It's just like the Dark Willow.
No, because if he gets an early Vanguard, like I don't know, this Visage is not gonna. It's gonna be very hard for him to play, and that's like what made this game kind of hard.
Yeah, but then like, he cleaned it up, like this call too.
Yeah, no. There was a Roche fight where he got like 2 double calls, and that just sealed the deal, I believe. Because at the end of the day, it was the Brood, like, because in pubs, right, like that's one of the complete counters to Tinker. It's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, like in my mind, I'm like, oh, paiN, are they onto something here? Tinker versus Brood matchup? Like,
they were
is this the new bait?
Yeah, they had like, when I came back, after a while, there was like even gold.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is even happening here? How are they doing it again? And then...
Yeah. I mean, I think what made this game like a little hard is that I don't think they played the offlane properly, and I don't know how comfortable mind control is on TB.
He seemed a little underfarmed considering the pressure that was... Like, he didn't seem to have that much pressure in his lane. Like, it was kind of free up top. I think one thing they did very well, obviously, and why they feel comfortable with this Tinker is that they sent him to the jungle relatively early on, and he was doing pretty well at the camps, and then they just had Misery in the mid lane on the ET, kind of like soaking it up. So it was sort of working in that regard, but then Ace started racking up the kills after the defusal.
I think a big problem for Radiant is they don't only have the Brood to deal with, but also the Terrorblade. Yeah. Like, the Tinker is supposed to counter the Terrorblade, but if the Brood is always on the Tinker, then the Terrorblade is going to have free reign in all these team fights.
I thought they were going to win until that Roche fight where Ace just ran in, DKB'd, and just kind of dismantled them. He just instantly started targeting down onto the ET, so he couldn't just like play in the backline. And then Weehawk couldn't get good positioning either. And then same thing with HFN. Everyone just kind of like got pushed back. And then they took the Roche for NiP, and I was like, okay, it's actually over. Like, I felt at that point that the momentum had actually stopped enough that paiN couldn't take it.
Yeah, I think that that Brood game, as Dakota mentioned, is one to look at if you're looking to get a masterclass in that. It was in the end, well, in the end, a one-sided game, or at least that's what it looked like. Like Ace was just saving it, and just for that one moment. Overall, though, I mean, it was a steady net worth graph, apart from that, from the spike in the start, the experience. But I
mean, it's really one of those games where like you don't want to see like. You don't really want to see the Tinker vs Brood matchup. Like, I guess since the other game where I was a little like excited about it, like, is this a new thing? But it's kind of set in stone, right? So it's when you get these matchups, like the game, they become very different.
It's like why when someone picks Strau, they ban Brood. So you kind of expect the same thing. You pick Tinker, you ban Brood. But
at least if you're not willing to do some cool lane switches, but like they were, like I thought they instantly were gonna put the Tiny Mid and put Pugna support.
I think last time it felt like they had no choice. We're like, okay, they're just going to send the Tinker mid because they had no other hero. Well, we've seen plenty of people run the Tiny Mid versus the Brood and it goes well, and they still wouldn't do it. So, questions.
Yeah, probably the fact that they won against it earlier made them think, you know what, we can do this again,
I guess.
They got baited.
They got baited. All right, we are going to have another game coming up very, very soon. Before we do, though, we're going to have a short break. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the Kuala Lumpur Major here, and we are ready for our second game. No, got me all confused. Second game in the series, and we are ready with some Dota 2. We're gonna see an NiP versus paiN, and first game was brooded. I gotta say, we just got brooded. Okay, actually, you know what we should do before we move on with Group A? We should look at Group B. Group B was called the Group of Death earlier today, and it's still going on, Trent.
Okay,
And
Group B.
a long
So
day.
I was casting that group. So we had EG, Aster, VG, and TNC. Did I do it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did it. All right.
Did it?
First series, EG should have won probably 2-0, but they had some rough goings in game 1. Definitely should have won that game, but they lost like a 20k lead with a TB at 20 minutes almost. It was pretty bad. They lost their way, but they cleaned it up. EG looking very strong in that one. And I still hear Owen talking about oodles and toodles and other stuff over there. So yeah, they're still going.
They're still going.
Who's
isn't it?
still going?
TNC and
TNC.
Aster.
Yeah.
They're in game 3 of their lower bracket.
I've
So-
seen, like, every time I watch a TNC game, it seems they're up 8k, and then they have a racks down, and then I look back, and then they lost that game.
That's TNC.
Yeah. No.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a crazy group. It was a group of death for not for nothing, of course. And we will know soon who's going to be going to the lower bracket. And then there's going to be another series because VG Gaming
Oh
is
my
waiting for
goodness.
their opponents. It's going to be a long night for them.
I gotta say, that's
Exciting night though.
that new replacement for D-Stones on Aster, that Love You, Love Me guy from FTD, he is legit.
Oh, he really
That
is.
guy's real good.
I don't know where he came from.
He's playing FTD, but I mean, still surprising. Like, he definitely hasn't played at like this level before, and he was showing up in their games, so someone to watch for. Weapons told me that they call him Little M in the
Okay.
Chinese community,
And
so
he's-
I'm sticking with that.
Why?
I don't know if that's true
Well,
or
at
not.
the moment he's tagged up as lover.
Yes,
think.
yeah. So we called him Lover all day, but
Yeah.
Who's
I like
M, though?
Little M.
just Lil M. I don't
Does he
know,
have
kind of like a
Probably
rapper
maybe.
tag.
Oh.
Probably maybe.
Oh.
Little maybe.
Little man.
Little
I think
maybe.
it's just how they shorten it too, because it's like
Oh.
Love You, Love Me. It was just the whole idea was to just
Oh.
shorten his whole name, like kind of like.
There's only one M in there. It's just little me.
The letters don't really make sense, but then we go
What are
from
you talking
Chinese to English, so maybe it makes sense.
Yeah, but it's like
I guess-
LULM, so it's like
LULM?
LOL, you know, lol me.
All right, all right.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with that.
Anyway, those matches are still going on, and we are going to move to the second game of the series.
10 seconds.
Earlier, Peter tweeted out saying that they can't win without draw. They made that one, at least that statement, false. They can also win with the Brood.
Yes.
It's great. We're going to find out if they can do that again. It will be a tricky match because I think this time paiN will be prepared because it felt like they just fell, as we said, they fell into a trap.
Yeah. I don't think like
It's like their own trap, you know, they made it, and they fell into it. Like,
they were
here,
too
take
good.
this, the Brood versus Tinker. You think?
I still don't think like Tinker's second pick is a thing against TB. And there's so many counters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. It seems to work kinda well.
even if there isn't a Brood, then if the Tinker plays against the Zeus, Nyx, you also feel so bad.
Yeah.
5 seconds
I just feel like you will feel bad
I mean,
no matter what.
you got 2 bans, right? I don't know. You could ban Brood, then you don't even have to ban Brood. You can go on the silent. I'm not sure. Like, but this is something you would have to like scream 10 times and see what people counter you with.
Yeah, I assume so.
But like, I don't know if they did it. I don't think so. Because then like their conclusion is that yeah, we bait them into picking Brood into a Tinker, and then we put the Tinker.
Aha!
So I don't know.
I
don't
think they
think
got
it's that
baited.
well developed.
I think they got baited from the other series.
Yeah,
That
but
when it-
like
when
the
it did
other
really
series
well.
has to be built of something, right? Like they have done this before, thought about it. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because both games they had a hero, like they could throw things around, but they were like, no, they're just gonna stick
Think it would
First
work.
ban Alchemist, first phase ban.
by NiP.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
okay, and then they will eventually go the Drow. So the Prophet obviously makes sense. The Axe, I'm okay with that too.
Weaver.
Okay. Wait, the Axis ban. There's Enigma.
banned.
It's a classic.
Tiny's still in.
There's
Yeah, the
That's
Enigma's.
tiny.
Necrophos is still in.
I mean, I think I like Tiny. It's a solid,
I mean,
nice hero.
when do you not like tiny?
Yeah.
No, I mean, sometimes first picking Tiny can get a bit awkward. I just want to see something that
But
he
you
can
can-
one-shot.
You can play him in all positions.
Yeah, but some games he doesn't do that much, you know? Like, he has an okay lane, and then, like, he can't really kill anything. But generally, yeah, you can't speak it.
I just realized Enigma casts a Malefice when you pick her. Then
Yes, he does.
I like Enigma because it feels like you can be really greedy with the other support.
I mean, he's just a really good hero.
Yeah, it just pulls that wave back.
Would you always play him as support though? Because surely Tavo plays him too.
No, I mean you can be greedy with the your position 4 support because Enigma
okay,
pulls
like
the
that.
wave back and like you don't have to worry so much about the dual lane. So I like opening with the Wyvern instead because now like
I don't like it.
you can get a better 4. Well, I guess I like opening with the 5. Maybe not the Wyvern specifically.
No, but they're like trying to deny them, right? Like they don't want to play against Wyvern Reaver versus. But then you have Enigma Wyvern.
it's not the best combo.
I mean, like it's fine, right? But it's just maybe they'll show me something. But it looks a little awkward.
It feels a bit slow too.
It's a lot
I
of
know.
team fight though. Like it's pretty hard already to fight into this.
Yeah, I think similar heroes counter this though. I guess Silencer's ban. Also, they could just Silencer. There's also Phoenix, I believe, which is really good versus these two. So there's like a bunch of heroes. I would just Phoenix.
Silencer's really tempting here.
Silencer is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, don't have a lot. I mean, it forces the Greaves purchase, I suppose.
They could also Tiny if they want. It's not too bad.
Rubik.
Okay, that's like the bolder Silencer pick. That's like, you got some cojones on you. You're going with that instead. You're not taking the easy way out.
Yeah.
We saw it work earlier.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Not convinced?
I mean, it's okay. It's just I like in the draft like they can like start filling it up with nice stuff, like more team fights. Like Rubik is, you know, he's an alright hero, but like it can go either way with that guy.
Both teams have the counter on their own team. The Weaver Rubik counter and the Enigma Wyvern
yeah,
counter.
that's true, that's true.
Getting in their own heads here. So I assume this is Saxa who plays the Rubik, and then Peter will be on something else.
Probably, but
I think Peter's been playing it a little bit lately.
He's been playing quite a bit of Rubik.
I like the greedier Rubiks though.
We saw Precision 5 Rubik from Razor earlier as well, so not surprising.
Pulled off the Arcane Boots triple man black hole.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even have a blink or anything.
No, he had some nice ones. There was one like where he just ran up and black hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Morphling, I think.
Yeah, like max range black hole. I believe his Grant put it right at the edge of the Milky Way.
Yeah, that was also good.
I like that.
Oh, Brutus banned. They didn't even pick Tinker.
No, they just don't know how to deal with that. No, he's actually main counter to Enigma. Is it? Brutmother. It's a good ban. You don't want to play against it. It's like one of the few heroes that actually like beats Enigma later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about that Pango hero too versus the Enigma, but I don't really think it's much of a NiP hero. Then again, I guess it depends. Maybe MC's into it.
I mean, he probably plays it, right? I don't know.
He plays everything. I feel like that
what
guy
I've heard,
just...
like offlaners are very different on this. Like some offlaners, like they just think the hero is utter
like
utter
total
garbage.
trash. Yeah.
Like that he's just really bad in lane and then he's so inconsistent in what he does. But other like Tavo, for example, I mean at least before they haven't been picking him much now, but they used to first do that and do pretty well.
Yeah, it seemed like he was doing really well against Enigma in Dream League. Every single game, it just felt like that was a total mismatch, and the Eidolons just kept dying, and they couldn't micro them out of the way of the swashbuckle.
The lane is very rough.
Yeah, like the second the Pango's level 2, the Eidolons just die, just like QW. They're gone.
Thinking hard about that ban.
Yeah, what could be going on in their heads?
Probably just
by the
thinking
way,
about like what they're going to pick and then banning counters.
both of these teams, I mean, there's not that many teams that don't have a coach. Both these teams don't have a coach.
No?
Really?
Interesting to note.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It feels like you probably should have. Like, obviously, you don't want to just get a coach because you want a coach, but
You gotta have the right pick.
I think it's pretty helpful.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage. You just have like a sixth guy. He can be there with you.
There were 4 games going on, 4 series going on in the morning. Surely, if you have a coach, at least you got like 2 sets of eyes being able to look at some of the games.
Yeah.
As well.
I guess in this format, it's a little bit more beneficial because you only have to know your group. Like, when you're playing those big round robins, that's when I think you really need a coach. I know
or an analyst, at least.
Yeah. When they were doing the Optic games, like, they kept cycling coaches. Like, they'd bring in one person for a tournament and then, like, grab someone else for a tournament, which I thought was kind of interesting because it was, like, kind of like tempering and changing your perspective that way.
That's nice, actually.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
That's alright.
Banning the Huskar.
Earth Spirit. There was another. Yeah, I thought they should just have Tiny there, but.
Yeah.
Earth Spirit's not bad.
I think the problem that I see when I see this like Enigma Tiny or Enigma Axe is that like the Tiny or the Axe can never play as aggressively as they want to because the Enigma keeps like pulling the wave back and it gets all weird. But when you have the Enigma with the Earth Spirit, it actually like, gives them a place where he can play.
But they need a mid here in order can actually kill with him.
Yeah,
I think there's nothing worse than having Earth Spirit that can't rotate middle. It's like takes a lot of threat away.
Yeah. I just want to see some team fight from NiP. I don't know, like Rubik Weaver, is that a strong lane? That's like an okay lane, right? It's not.
Yeah,
it's like the Rubik feels like he just dies if there's any sort of mobility on the enemy side.
Some God of War music going on here.
Yeah, it's epic. I like it.
I love it, yeah.
It's the draft music, you know. It's exciting times. We got 1 minute in left and the countdown is heavy. Actually, I don't think you hear when you're drafting. That helps.
You don't, yeah.
You definitely have to turn it off.
It's going to get on your
I haven't had
nerves,
music
otherwise.
on for 6 years.
I put on like the Jeopardy music, you know, just like really put that pressure on.
paiN. It seems like a tough paiN game though.
It's getting, I don't know, they need some nice picks right now.
Like to ever get a...
Is that like a BKB cancel thought right there, basically?
Yeah,
I mean,
that,
secure your
it's
lanes.
like secure the lanes, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, no, I just want to see what they're, if they pot them after this, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be, they
You
need to
don't think that's
outskill
good?
them. No, I don't think it's good. I don't know what they can pick with this. Maybe they'll counter something.
I feel like both lineups look so weird right now. Like everybody doesn't want to show course.
I think paiN's is alright. Like this is like Earth Spirit, Wyvern, then they have Enigma. Like it's a solid team fight, you know.
A lot of our
decent
ones,
pick-off.
at least in the games I was casting, all the ones got banned like instantly. So like TB, Morph would just be gone. But now at this
They're
point,
still in.
only TB, and then I assume we're getting HFN's hero here. It's not.
Yeah.
They could last.
It's like kind of a morph game, just because like the Lincolns is kind of okay, but there's not a lot of good steals really.
I mean, so far Phantom Lens is also really good against all 3 heroes. They want to go that
all
route.
single target. PL looks pretty solid.
Or maybe they go back to the Luna.
The thing is here, they kind of have to, like they want to wait right for their last pick because they, NiP still had like 2 more relevant cores, so that they want to counter with the cores. So they need like something that's good in lane. I think they should tie. Or
Lina it is.
Oh, the wonders of being HFN and getting your 10th pick carry. That's nice.
I mean, this makes sense with your, like, Earth Spirit has to kill
Yeah.
mid too.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a lead.
They need an aggro hero mid.
This has been very calm. Like I feel like every Earth Spirit game they have lean on their team.
There's nothing worse than having Earth Spirit and then like a Storm middle.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
no.
Yeah. If you want to do that, push Shaker instead.
So everyone bans the TA, right? Whenever you have yourselves a Lina game.
TA.
Unless they want to pick it right now. I mean, they already know their mid matchup, might as well, right?
That would be the thought.
But they have a TA though, like they have no team fight.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're a TA jumping into like Winter's Curse and Black Hole, even just like
And Earth Spirit.
rocks.
It's a rough TA game for sure.
And the question is, after previous game, what mindset is Fada in? Right, fine.
The
Previous
mood.
game.
Which
I
mood?
I think he's alright.
think it's good?
Mood dot laning stage.
Yeah.
I feel like, you
Mood
know?
that, like, it's like 6 out of 10. You know, it's alright.
What does he feel?
No, I mean they're thinking of both picks right now, right?
Yeah, of course.
Because they're talking about this TA.
Or who's even playing what really at this point?
Spectra.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
So
Why
it's
do you
offlane
like it?
Weaver.
Because this is one of the, like they had to TB or Spectre. I think they need a team fight, and both. This is like what these heroes do. Like
And-
Spectre is extremely strong.
Yeah, TB's banned already.
Yeah.
The only option I have.
I don't know the lane though. Spectre versus Enigma.
Lane's gonna be rough.
It sounds like it can be kind of hard, yeah. So,
No.
but like it's really good versus Lina, as you said, and it's good versus Wyvern too.
I think what they might want to do is just dodge. Put the Spec +1
go
on the
Radiant
offlane.
offlane. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Just poke creeps or something.
And then the Weaver is okay against Enigma in the lane.
Now they can kind of pick whatever they want. I would want to time it. You might see.
I just want damage and pick off and stun and a bit of team fight.
Yeah, they kind of have a little bit of everything already, right? Like lots of team fight. They have good tower siege. The one thing they're lacking is like maybe Roche speed for paiN, and that's kind of it.
I think paiN's lineup is all good.
Yeah.
And they
NiP
have
is gonna
last
pick
pick, so they feel
first though. Like, what does NiP need to fill their weaknesses? Because right now they don't have tower push.
They
The
have
team
no
fight is
AoE.
weak. Yeah, it feels like a bit of a weird draft.
Yeah, no, that's
Like
why I don't like
counter-initiation?
the first 3 picks. It's very hard to like pull it together. Yeah. Honestly, usually when you get a bane and a Rubik in the same team,
They need some kind of Zeus or something like that. And some damage, some team fight.
The Dragon Knight would have been nice. But to ban it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an amazing Dragon Age game.
It gives you something to play around, though.
Yeah.
Like, you just go with these ultis, the DK, you push towers. If they try and fight you, you haunt.
If you pick this Zeus, you also feel so bad. You can't take any objectives, even if you win team fights and stuff.
I like they banned the PL, because they definitely have no answer to that hero.
Yeah.
They'll probably get Terrablader, right? But I don't
TB's
see
banned.
He's banned.
He's
There's
banned.
still
first
more,
ban already.
but
Morph is
yeah, he's
all
not.
right.
He's just like, I mean, he's the hero. It's either more TV or PL. There's also Luna that some teams have gone for.
Nah, you don't want to Luna into Spectre.
That's not the best.
Usually not that good. And
What is Fata requesting here?
I just want to see your pay picks there. It's interesting. They usually have had decent last picks that make kind of sense.
Tiny.
Okay, they is tiny.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It was like the...
So probably HFN on the Weaver. Or sorry, no, HFN.
No,
Wrong
it's
team.
Mind
Wrong
Control
team.
Weaver.
Wrong team.
Yeah, Mind Control Weaver.
And then Fada Tiny
Is it
Yeah.
Fada Tiny?
No, there should be a tiny one.
into the Lina.
I mean, it's good to get Zelina later on, but in the lane, it's not like the best.
Yeah.
It's not
I mean, the thing with
terrible,
Tiny is like,
but-
yeah, it's alright, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, I think they can. I mean, Earth Spirit is probably going to play around mid, so that's kind of annoying. But they can. They
But
could kill around mid.
You don't want to pick Morphling, though, as paiN here.
No,
It
probably
feels like a
not.
bad Morphling game.
Yeah. I think you want.
All right, anti-mage, let's go.
Dude, HFN.
Terrible.
Give a Rubik a free blink. That sounds great.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Monkey
Okay.
King. They could put the monkey mid potentially.
I don't like that though. I think and Tiny does completely fine with this monkey.
Yeah, it does.
Monkey and maybe they're going aggro with the monkey versus the Spectre and putting
Oh, they
Enigma
would
safe
have
lane.
to, yeah.
Trying to bully a little bit, yeah.
It's a lot about the lanes. They have to get the lanes right.
I don't know. Maybe they're just putting him safe lane.
Are we convinced that paiN has got the pedigree there to force it to another game?
I think they have like some really weird lineups.
I don't know how the lanes are gonna work out here.
Yeah.
I think I like paiN's lineup a bit better, honestly. Depends on this time. It depends on how good Fata's time is. I think.
Yeah, the Tiny to me is the key hero on
Like
the side
how
of
that
NiP.
matchup mid goes, because it can go both ways. Like either the Rubik just comes and kills this Lina 3 times.
Yeah, or does Weehawk just roam around the map and get a bunch of kills with like
Yeah.
HFN on this Monkey King?
Yeah.
And if that happens, the game's just so good for paiN.
All right, but I need you can say all the ifs and buts, but I need to have hard
want hard
predictions
answers
there.
here?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, mind control Tiny. Okay, so it's
Mind Control Tiny
mid.
and Fata Weaver.
I'm going with NiP.
Yeah, I will take
feeling
NiP. I like the Mind Control Tiny.
Yeah.
I feel like you can like cut waves well, just in case things go a little raw.
All right.
I feel like paiN's draft is a bit better, but NiP should be the better team, so I'm gonna go
No.
NiP.
Ride or die, guys. We got it right game one. We got it again. Let's go.
All three for NiP. I'm curious to hear what our our true panel thinks about that. Our commentary team. What is it? What is it? Dakota Grant?
Yeah, it's us.
Yo, what up? Thanks for remembering who we are. It's all good.
No, yeah,
Got
we're- it's interesting. You know, paiN Gaming have a very team fight kind of
Yeah.
lineup, and Ninjas have a very single target, straightforward
But
kind of game
how
plan.
are you guys gonna say like paiN's better, but Mind Control Tiny? Yeah, like does it
You
really
guys flip
change
the
that much?
second
Yeah,
they
you
swap
guys
roles, like
flip.
okay, we're up.
They were just that easy to be convinced.
I guess I don't know. Should be a pretty good one. Is it gonna be
Should.
game 3, Dakota?
I don't know. I
come
think
on.
if paiN can do it, this is their best chance.
All
Let's
right.
see. I mean, they got some unfamiliar pickups. Maybe the Monkey King will be something. NiP are going to be a little. Wavered a bit.
The Monkey King Wyvern dual offlane. That
Call
would be the
us
only cool
ifs
thing.
and buts. Listen to these guys.
All
They
right.
still haven't
I'm
picked
done.
anything.
All right. We're gonna have a lot of fun watching you guys and listening to you guys commentate in that match. Let's see what's gonna happen. Enjoy.
Thank you so much, Cheever. All right, Grant. Well,
they
the
gone
game's
yet?
already
Just kidding.
underway, and we'll just get into it straight up. So remember, this is a deciding series after all. Very important matchup here to determine where they're going to be able to, reside in the playoff bracket moving forward. NiP had a pretty strong start earlier today as they already matched up against paiN Gaming and took them 2-0. Obviously
4-0 one day?
Yeah, could they do a
Nothing.
4-0? That'd be a pretty quick, easy one for them.
Yep. I don't know. This Tiny, it is Mind Control, so he's playing middle. So that means he's played off lane, middle, and carry already in one day with NiP. I'm trying. I don't know. As he said, Tiny. Oh, it's gonna be a possible Spectre middle.
Eating all these trees or cutting all these trees by
No,
the
no,
mid lane.
no,
Is there a
yeah.
reason to that? I'm missing
The Monkey King.
Oh, okay.
Don't let him hop around on you.
Fair
Should be
enough,
okay.
Fair enough. That's good.
And then, yeah, my bad. It looks like Spectre's actually just gonna block for him. No, he's gonna run top now. All right, so nothing too scandalous going on right now.
Well, the panel made the impression that this game is going to be heavy on the tiny. I mean, they more so said that when Fato was potentially to be set on that. Do you think that's still the case now, or does that change things up a bit?
I think if this tiny wins middle, he will just take over the game. Like, this Monkey King won't be able to do anything. He'll just get destroyed by tiny. Lina won't be able to do anything. It really is. If this tiny is a good start, it could just be NiP in like 25-30, but if he has a bad one, this Monkey King could just run him over. That's the thing. They both have like these very fast-paced cores in Monkey King and Tiny that want to just keep fighting, not farming. And then you have a Spectre.
Here we see Peter kind of poking at Tavo quite a bit. Misery's here now as well.
Wait, Misery?
Misery, Earth Spirit. You don't see it a whole lot. I know I've seen it at least one other time.
Yeah, that... It's just weird, right?
It's Misery, though, man. He plays everything.
He really does. We talk about this to like 4 and 5 positions, and you have this usually 4 position needs farm. And just like his Rubik, I mean, he's not going to find much farm in Earth Spirit, and you really would like farm on this hero, so I don't like that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you have a quota to meet. Typically, when you're committed to an Earth Spirit kind of a game, you're looking to kind of make a lot of action happen here. He tried to go for the roll through the top lane a bit, didn't really find any connection there, but if he's not able to find any openings in the early game like you're talking about, it does become quite the struggle to just kind of stay relevant because his farming abilities are pretty much non-existent. You don't want to have to commit boulder combos onto waves or neutral camps. So you're pretty much stuck either taking team fights, being around team fights, or trying to go for kills.
I just want to see what this like Spectre's purpose in this game is going to be.
He rolled to get the range creep. Smart.
And I'm getting it. Middle lane, this Tiny 7-3 versus 5-0. Pretty evenish. Tiny is having a little bit better time, but as you actually get Fiery Soul, makes his lane a lot easier. You hit 1 stun with a Fiery Soul stack on you, it's like 3 to 4 easy right clicks.
Yeah.
And then bottom lane, the only other one we haven't talked about, but Weaver Rubik we thought was going to go off lane is actually safe lane, and I don't know, it really isn't the strongest, especially if Monkey King gets like some Jingu stacks. It can be really tough for this Weaver.
Yeah, and I don't think Rubik has the best time trying to zone back a Wyvern. Obviously, Wyvern early on is going to have Arctic Burn, as we see now, kind of committing with. Meanwhile, top lane, Misery rolling in. This time he'll go onto Ace with that roll. It's a little bit of poking damage a bit, using the best of that Orb of Venom. But there's some harassment here. Yeah, I didn't notice before he was using the roll to help take out the range creeps. Never thought of that. He can get in real quick and make sure he snipes down the creep. So it's not too bad.
So important in this patch.
Yeah,
like, it's so much experience, so much gold. You just have to commit so much mana. You see, like when we actually see Venges in this game, they just commit stuns to get it. Oh my God, Weehaw, 7 HP middle.
Burns, doesn't it?
You bet you wish you got me, huh?
If that was a dire creep, would have got him.
My control tosses.
Oh my goodness! How do you just let him do?
Oh, and he tips him as well.
Yep. Oh, and he's gonna get the rune. It's still not good. He was really low HP and mana. It might be better to just die here. No, he's gonna we'll just bottle up.
Errol just ran forward. He's like, if he wants to stop to hit that creep, I'll just toss.
Okay, easy enough. And that's only level 1. He just level 1 tossed him like 3 times in a row.
Nice.
Worked him.
Misery tried to go for that range creep kick again. Was denied this time.
Ooh, and so Dire does get that pull bottom. That's big. This Monkey King's already level 3. I don't know, paiN, besides middle lane, I think paiN's having a good time top and bottom. It's not like Lina's having a terrible game. Lina gets to come back with full HP mana, has a bottle now. I think, honestly, paiN's pretty happy with how all 3 of these lanes are going.
Yep. We'll have to see if they can kind of keep that trend going or not. They're just going to keep Misery in this mid, or in this top position rather, bottom lane. Fada trying to make the most of how the lane's getting pulled away from him a bit. And they're just sniping the creeps as best they can. Saw Socks of Fateful down the range creep there. But man, lots of harassment coming out. That Arctic Burn every time it's up, do a lot of damage. Stun, fighting over the runes towards the top between Mind Control and Wii, but Mind Control just pops the illusion, runs out the other side. I mean, it's just debate combos out.
That's 16 gold. Oh, and he's gonna Mind Control. What is
Whoa.
Bottom and middle, I think. Yeah, Fada gets the kill on King RD, and now I think Mind Control should die here, but maybe Lina won't be able to catch up. Wow, this is just a lot of wasted time for both players. Unless Weehaw does snipe this, is he gonna go for it?
You get Dragon Slay from downtown?
I don't even think that would kill him.
Tree toss the other way?
That wouldn't even kill anyways. He had 195. Like, I don't know. These two middle are like, they don't want to lose to each other. I don't think they're like,
payback from that toss.
Yep, now top. They just farm all the Eidolons. And look at Peter bullying Tavo. Gets this. He's gonna get this kill.
one more. Yep.
Oh, he could have.
Damn.
He could have probably woken him, fallen asleep himself by tank. I think he would have died either way, but there might have been some cool tricks he could have done.
Maybe.
3-0 for NiP now. And after I said they're winning all 3 lanes, it looks like they're not.
Bounties for paiN. They're going to need all 4 of them.
Okay, they're winning. I told you.
And we see the finish there of KingRD in the bottom lane. That's Fada getting multiple kills on what lane felt pretty good for paiN, so that's got to be great to help him out. But, yeah, as just mentioned, paiN in the meantime are able to secure all of the bounty runes for it.
That's fine.
Yeah, suicide.
Yep, he will have his full Aquila too. Oh, yeah, I think that's still worth. If you're paiN though, you're happy that you get 4 bounties. Not only that, you denied, right? Because Weaver could have stayed in lane if he got that bounty rune. Because he has a bottle, could have just stayed. But because he stole it, he can't. So still, I would say it's just pretty. I mean, it's 4-1, but it feels pretty damn even.
Yeah, definitely does. I mean, the cores of NiP seem to be getting a lot going for him. I mean, it's trouble right now for Peter in the top lane, but Ace is king of CS, and we've seen Fada string together a couple of kills at the bottom. We saw Mind Control even snipe a toss kill in the mid lane, so yeah, it's definitely very close.
Yep, I think the thing
bottom,
is...
lose for Fada here. He's trying to make it back away. Nice bank shot with the Splinter Blast, but he's able to bottle Sakuchi away from trouble. He's going to be fine. Meanwhile, top roll does find connection. He goes for the stun. Yes, he does. Sleep. Needs more right clicks. Gets it done.
Ace needs to be careful. Never mind. The Eidolons die. This should just be a kill.
He's trying to shoot his way out of this one.
Dude, I didn't realize Ace is very far. 33 and say it's not like he's killing Spiderlings. When you kill an Eidolon, Eidolons are like 32 gold, so it's a little less than a normal creep, but you're getting a ton of farm. I mean, I don't switch to net worth early often, but he's in 2nd place, and the Spectre, you're pretty happy in a game like this. Obviously, Monkey King reasonably counters you in the mid game until you actually have an item or 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see HFN's Monkey King. I personally have never had the opportunity to see it.
He seems like, I mean, how I view him, he's like 90%. He's a farmer. He's a hardcore farmer, which can be good, but on Monkey King, you got to be active.
Yeah. That's the thing. You get a couple of items right away, but you want to go get some blood on those items right away, I'd imagine. You want to be just farming the late game like a Spectre. Swinging in a bit. Top lane also. Stuns out. Tabo trying to run on out. There's the tree toss. Ace is doing a great job. Daggers and blocks him from the front. There's the toss, and Ace should be able to get the finish. Clean job there from NiP in the top lane, and with Mind Control's rotation, he's actually heading his way to the bottom lane right now. Oh, trouble for HFN. Heads in, and he's going to be finished off. Beautiful setup across the board. That's the first Haunt coming into play. We see Mind Control who's rotated on over. He's trying to get close enough. He could even toss on forward his partner if he'd like, but no, just moves in, toss up and down. NiP are just making action happen everywhere.
Only good thing out of that, I mean, not much good, but at least Spectre's ulti's down. Now Weeha, he can play a lot more aggressive middle. Like, he can just try pushing his tower. Whenever Mind Control leaves, just push a tower. You know Spectre can't get on you, and yeah, there you go.
We got Peter.
Easy.
Good assistance there from Misery. May or may not be needed, but
that's
find it.
That's a big rune. If Mind Control gets that haste rune, he just instantly can go and kill Lina. But because Weeha gets it, it actually changes the game quite a bit. Weeha's going to rotate with the top. And that'd be a pretty big kill to get this guy.
Long reach. Misery will find the stun. Follows it up with the grip silence. And that's all they can get out of it. With Peter stepping in with the sleep. That made the end of it. Oh, just wants to pepper down Peter. Space for them to get the finish onto that tier 1 top.
Yep. This is a pretty fast-paced game, actually. 12 kills, 8 minutes. Tier 1 towers going down. I think Mind Control looks like he is just going to go straight blink after that bottle. Brings himself a bunch of regen, but no treads or anything.
I mean, why not? I mean, between the Tricore they kind of have going, the other two can easily kind of coast themselves toward the later game. You have to have one person who kind of wants to throw down in the mid game. Yeah, Blink Dagger will help that.
I mean, that is such a
toss.
That hero.
Nice setup here. The poor man's Blink Dagger as Mind Control throws Saksa into action. But it looks like they don't want to pursue that any further. A rotation is forced out by KingRD. Slaps a sentry on the ground. And
who else was that? It was Misery or Enigma, because there was double TB, and that's why Radiant went back, but they instantly canceled. And I think if Radiant saw that, they would have kept going, but...
Maybe Misery has no TP on hand now.
But a nice play.
Fight for the runes in 30 seconds. Misery is already prepping himself in that area. So you'll probably see some rotations coming out from both sides.
Looks like a 2 for 2. Radiant gets both top 2. Maybe not, though. They're playing a little bit passive here. And Peter?
He's pinging there like, if someone wants to go with me, maybe we can contest this.
Yep, they have to know.
They do. They do. They don't. They do. They might see Tavo lead the lane and second guess it. Yeah.
With Helm of the Dominator, they know he has Black Hole, actually. That is, you don't want to run uphill.
2 for
It's a
2.
smart play. Will be, though. And there's the Invis Rune bottom. It's like Lean will get that, or, oh, Mind Control. It's going to be a fight for this rune.
Stun grab. Oh, quick LSA. But he got the stun off, too. But it is going to be Wii who's able to bottle it up.
You wanted to force him to use the Invis Rune, but top.
Oh, I heard a Black Hole, and I heard it end real quick. That's not good.
Yep, they get the kill on Ace. He Black Holes him, like, over into the waterfall, and then just the Eidolons end up finishing him off.
I guess it's a good Black Hole if it gets a kill on the Spectre. Top net worth for NiP at the moment. See, Peter grabs the Tome, but he's not using it yet. He wants to deceptively fool his opponents into thinking he's not level 6 yet, but then he'll suddenly have it and grip them.
Whoa, gotcha.
See, I have the good book here, and I read it.
Looks like that's what they're going to try to do. And it does seem like Monkey King is going to battle for your build. He wants to play a hard carry. Ooh. Middle. Is he going to grip him?
No. Does he pop the book? Yes, he does. He's got level 6, but he doesn't have mana grant. Now he does. Does he want to use it right here? No, he saps instead. Yeah.
What
He'll
is
just
happening?
walk him back right now. Just pepper you a little bit. Oh, he commits the curse. His Misery rolls in, but there's going to be no follow-up damage. Beautiful double stun. The silence follow-up is there.
There's the old
hard move
Spectre.
in. Here comes the haunt, as you said. Ace is getting in on the action. He's going toe-to-toe with the other core. HFN's also getting in.
What? Did those golems just got a double kill on King RD and Misery? Those golems are putting in work. Oh, but this is the big kill.
Yep, HFN
barely.
going to be able to make it up to the tree.
Oh, wow.
Brought down.
I can't believe they both got, man, Fod has to be so mad. I saw him on that Weaver. He's like Sakuchiing in there, and he just can't get the kill as the golem beats his ass.
Golem Series MVP potentially here.
Yep. Man, Soxa steals Eidolons now, so we might just see Enigma versus Enigma top. And this is, I mean, it's going pretty well. paiN, I mean, they wish this Monkey King wasn't dying, because Monkey King is not a hero that's like, oh yeah, I'll come back and be quite the menace. He wants to always, he's like a TA-ish. He wants to always be ahead. He wants to be doing that, but right now.
If he's not taking kills in fights and doing stuff, I don't see him ever getting ahead of the Spectre. Unless they're somehow just on the Spectre and can continue to bring Ace down. But Ace has gone into like just hibernating farm mode.
Yep. And there you see the replay. I mean, it was just a long, drawn-out fight.
Yeah,
and then the
awkward
neutrals
positioning.
end up winning, yeah.
As they slowly walk it down here, they decide that at that point is when they'll want to intercept onto the action, but yeah, all very awkward. The Golem's getting most of the action.
Sub Golems, yep, easy kill.
Get the hell out of my neighborhood. All right, here we go. We're seeing something. Oh, I didn't see it. Might have been a high-level play that I may have missed.
Yeah, that's typical Dakota. High-level play for you too, man. Black hole. Just kidding. Have you seen an actual 5-man black hole when you've been casting? Like a game-changing 5-man black hole? Do you recall?
I don't know, actually. Now I think about it. I've seen some big RPs and such, but there had to have been a decent black hole in my days of games.
Dude, this bottom. They're just toying with each other right now. I think both teams know there's like a +1 in the woods somewhere. They just don't know where.
Sounds fishy. There's people missing off the map. HFN just looks like such a good target for NiP to continue to bully. With mind control hiding on the side. Might be something they can kind of go for here. HFN. He does commit out with the Boundless Strike. Oh, but Misery wants to confidently move forward. Misery's level 6 now, so he does have the Magnetize ready to go, but he's eating a lot of damage. He's just going to go down. Oh, is he? I spoke too soon. The chase is on for Fata. He's going to be able to get the time lapse off. There's the finish from Misery now. A grip is out. It gets quickly canceled as the curse does fly forward here.
Peter.
Yeah, man, they dish everything they can to get that paiN out. He's still sapping and staying alive.
Nice hole.
Here we go. Hole set up to get the grab onto mind control here, following it up with the LSA, and that should do it. Action for paiN here. The bottom lane scoring 2.
I love Tavo just lets it rip. So that's 2 black holes, 2 kills. It's worth it. He barely got him on the edge. Like, if you miss that black hole, you are not feeling very good. But instead, turn into a big kill. And I don't know, mind control just fell behind. He did end up going treads, and now he's still like 5 minutes away from a blink as a middle tiny at 15 minutes. This is all you have. It's looking rough.
Yeah, that's quite surprising how things have fallen off a little bit for him. I guess Ace continues to farm in the meantime. He had Haunt, I believe, for that little bit of a trade, but did opt to commit for
It's
it.
going the more European build because you don't really see this in NA. You still see like Diffusal or Yasha's first, but I've seen most of these ones on Spectre. They like Mask of Madness. Ulti now, Weehaw. See
Nice. Toss in. Now they use the Haunt to get him a part of that Weehaw kill, and they're looking for follow-ups here. Ace is on the chase, looking to go for Tavo. They know he doesn't have a black hole. 15 charges on the stick. Is he going to even commit it? Yeah, he will. Oh my goodness.
No.
There it is.
Gets him.
Tavo gives him a little kiss before he goes, but fortunately he does hand over extra pennies to the scary Spectre.
Middle.
Yep. Misery trying to roll into assist his HFN. Oh, canceled on the stun. But the stolen boundless strike. Well played there from
toss
Saksa.
in. Tiny Airlines with the Bane.
Yep. As he slept, he'll quickly get bursted down. Mind Control scores that. And with those, he's already much closer to the blink. It was going to be 5 minutes, but now with the action breaking out, he's just a couple of kills, a couple of creep kills away.
Oh, and HFN versus Fada. No, man. If he got silenced right before he got that bug off, like in the middle river, that would have been an easy kill on Monkey, but some good mini stuns coming out. I don't know, this Monkey will have Battle Fury in about 2 minutes. Pretty quick timing. 18 minutes is not terrible, if
no,
not
it's
sooner.
not. Even on really any core.
Yep. He
Battle
is
Fury
top
at that
net
time's
worth. The problem is the Spectre is level 12 and actually farming with the Mask of Madness.
Yeah, she's got that later game and the later innings to be better. And as long as she's ahead now, it's or close to being ahead. More than happy for NiP. But we'll see. If paiN can turn it up, if they can put the pedal to the metal, as they say, maybe they can kind of encroach on NiP's turf and restrict a lot of the farming that Spectre will be able to do.
The pedal to the metal. What's the fastest you've gotten a car?
Dude, I'm not very fast. I mean,
Really?
maybe went 100 once just to see it.
That's it? You weren't like
not a
you weren't a
speedster.
high schooler who, like, had his friends Actra and Tegra. That's what I did. I went 140. That was some good times.
Damn, Grant, you're a badass.
Yeah.
You like to go fast.
I don't want to say that. I was going like 140 kilometers per.
Oh, I
What's
see.
their time here?
Their time?
Do they use hours in Europe and stuff?
What do you mean? What now?
I don't know. Because we use miles per hour. Do they
Yeah.
use kilometers? Okay, I was
Yeah,
just checking. I didn't know if they
kilometers,
use like made up time as well. It's
Made up
whatever, though.
time?
You never know.
They are on European time here.
Oh, God, is this made up? We're in Southeast Asia right now, but when I did go quick, it was in Europe.
All right, fair enough.
You know,
Were
I'm
you
not,
on the
I'm not breaking
Autobahn or whatever?
I'm not breaking American laws. I mean, police.
Oh, okay, good then.
But European laws, yeah, whatever. Oh, this Monk King. Oh, Saksa knows he's there too.
Meanwhile, we see that
Sorry, I missed
toss
that.
catch of the King RD, but yeah, they are definitely trying to get the grab on the Monkey King. He's able to double leap out from potential
Oh
trouble.
no, that was his Battle Fury that just died on the chicken.
Uh-oh.
That
It
is
going
not
to
good.
Suck. Good grab. Is Mind Control sniping down that chicken.
Middle
Casually
man.
en route. Meanwhile, Saksa getting the jump, finishing off on the Misery.
And I know, one of the primary NA cores, Mason does not like the man to build on Spectre anymore. Mostly just because, I mean, the Desolate nerfs lately have just been insane. The Radius makes it feel like you never get it. It got nerfed time and time before that as well, but we'll see. I mean, it's always good stats, good for farming, good for team fighting. What else are you going to go?
Get
Like
rid of
late
the
Radiance?
silence on
Yeah,
from Earth Spirit,
that
I guess.
as well. Probably the biggest reason. Oop. So Tavo, he's been trying to just push with his Helmet of Dominity. He has Blink up as well.
Dude, losing that battle
Middle.
Fury really sucks for him.
Well, they should find Mind Control is definitely just out in the middle of nowhere right here.
Space created, right?
Space created by our middle player. I mean, maybe. They have a Spectre, I guess. Dang, he did a lot of damage.
Yeah, they did. Oh, is that a Haunt
Hold it
committed?
is.
They look to go for the finish. Fata's able to get the takedown of HFN. Misery almost goes down. But here we go. Nice return fire from King RD, scoring the finish with that Splinter Blast.
That was a double by King RD. He kept him there. He gets the kill, and Spectre could have easily just went middle and gotten an extra kill.
Yep.
Ran away with like 50 HP, and now they get a tower. So paiN, even without this Monkey King's Battle Fear, they're fighting back. The other 4 heroes.
Yeah, they're making the most of what they can right now. Because again, you can't just help but feel like as the game just continues to draw on longer, the chances for NiP are only going to get greater.
Yeah.
But they're doing their best to be able to kind of make the most of this opportunity while they kind of have this momentum. They take that tier 1, they get some damage on the tier 2. They're going to sweep their way through NiP's jungle, take away their farm, drop some wards. We see one already go down right here. and just kind of use that to their advantage. They have Blink Black Hole at the ready here for Tavo, so if they want to kind of do a little loop-de-doop and come back towards the mid lane, they might be able to catch NiP by surprise if they want.
And Misery is old, even though it's only level 1 ulti, still with that Black Hole, they will put out a ton of damage as those two.
Yep.
I wonder what Ruby, besides Black Hole, I'm trying to, what does he really want to steal? I think LSA is good, the instant cast, Boundless Strike, any like instant cast stun's always good to take. Splinter Blast as well is just a really good ability.
Yeah. There's some decent options out there.
Yeah.
Imagine it sucks to steal anything from Earth Spirit because you don't get the stones.
Yeah, it actually is terrible. I mean, you literally just help Earth Spirit because the stones, I believe, do stay or some weird. I thought someone said some weird thing where like you
there
can't
was a
steal
post
or whatever.
about the Morphling swapping between Earth Spirit and being able to
that.
keep dropping.
Okay, yeah, that's
the
what it
stones
was.
refresh every time he changes back and forth between Earth Spirit, so he could just infinitely keep dropping stones on a Magnetize.
I don't even think like that plays. Like it's the people that make it. Like
Yeah.
who would think to do that? And then they're just like, yeah, we're awesome. Wow.
Meanwhile, Valve's like, man, why did we do this with Morphling?
Oh,
He is
God.
just such a headache to deal with.
We can't admit we've done anything wrong. We keep him good. He'll be in the next patch. All right. See you later, Tier 2. Is Tier 2 going to drop top? Might.
Oh, man, Fada was rushing to get a hold of that courier. If he got it again,
Oh, no.
that would have been a travesty. But he could pay the price himself for getting a little too frisky in the woods here. He had already committed his time lapse, and they're just going to commit the holes of above. Finish him off.
And they get a Tier 2 because of that, but still, I like what Tavo is doing. Maybe you might have to stop doing those solo black holes soon, because I would say it's a rather even game, but as it goes later, Spectre is going to get stronger. You probably are technically losing this game, and you got to start getting game-changing black holes.
Honestly, when the Spectre gets the Scotty, if that's what she wants to go for here, I don't even see the likes of HFN being able to bring her down easy.
Yeah.
He's got that Battle Fury done, yeah, but moving forward for Yasha next.
And you have the rest of the team, right? Monkey King does commit. Tiny could just blow you up right there if he doesn't go on the back lines. Even Weaver. Weaver does a bunch of damage going BKB next after Maelstrom. I don't know. This is maybe the most even game we've watched so far.
Lots of time here for paiN to kind of cool off with that black hole already being committed. We'll see if it's NiP to kind of have a call to arms. I mean, Haunt is up as well. I don't really see any reason why they can't try to go make some action happen here.
Only went the
You got smoke on Peter, so yeah, they definitely want to make something happen.
went cooldown reduction instead of gold per minute on Enigma, which means they definitely don't want to take it late.
Jump toss catch, they
go.
spot Misery. And look at the quick finish there. Can they make more out of it? Yes, they can. Haunt out.
Nice
slowed.
dodge.
Good curse there to slow him in his tracks, but the chase is still on. And even a toss from downtown helps secure it for Fada. Double kill 3, hit the deck from paiN. And well, the game was pretty even, but they get that. And if they get the Roche, then, well, things have just certainly gotten a bit favored for NiP.
That was slick. You can see the Meepo micro from Ace there. Just Manta splits, moves his real hero over, curses it, and his 2 illusions just chase him down and get the kill. Can't do Roche. You don't have the best Roche taking. I remember Trent said that. And with the Spectre, especially against the Midnight Pulse, like, you can't fight in that. It's still down. Ace is like, please go away.
Yeah. I mean,
now you with bugs
they know the black hole's not there. They know the big team fight's not there for paiN. They even took out Misery first, so that's like all of their team fight it feels. So just running down the rest. I mean, HFN doesn't have to be a part of that, but he's still got a journey ahead of him. He wants to kind of catch up with the potential of the Spectre now, who's sporting an Aegis of Immortal.
Yep. Aegis 3,000 away from Scotty if that's when he wants to go. But I don't know. It feels like paiN, they're already kind of not missing their chance. Obviously, we haven't seen a big like blink black hole yet, but you just lose Roche when you have Earth Spirit, Winter Wyvern, Monkey King, and Enigma, who all just love team fighting.
Their
around
wombo
Roche.
combo is actually ridiculous. I know
It
you
is.
mentioned like the black hole magnetized, but imagine Monkey King
Oh,
ult in the middle of that, and you know Splinter Blast popping out and Lena damage. It can be actually quite ridiculous. So you know, no pressure, Tavo, but you might want to.
You gotta
land
hit, you gotta hit a
huge,
fatty,
you gotta
hole.
hit it. You gotta hit a fatty.
You gotta hit a fatty hole, son. And I mean, we've seen him time and time again. Tavo used to back on. It was it SG? Sorry. Or no,
I'm not
that's
sure.
no. I don't think. No, I think
paiN,
it was just paiN. I think it was
SG,
just paiN, yeah.
or what's the
I
other
don't know.
team?
Tavo's always been paiN. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
There's one other team I can't think of. What was the Smash team?
Unknown?
Unknown.
Unknown.
No, that wasn't
that
his
was
team,
Smash
but that
team.
was the other team.
I know you're talking. Elite Wolves?
Elite Wolves.
Elite Wolves, yeah. I don't know. Tavo, he's been the big like playmaker for pretty much any team he's ever been on, and it feels like he's playing this more split pushy Enigma, but I think as time goes on, this game especially, he has to hit a big black hole.
For sure.
We'll see, because this Spectre is going to be level 18 before the next fight. And what did he go? Did he go Diffusal? He is going Diffusal, and he does have it.
Yeah, he changed it up a bit from the
Yikes,
original idea of the Scotty.
A lot more damage, especially since they go on your Han illusions. They actually do so much. And now you can chase people down. They're going to finally stop running from you.
Yeah, they want to punish the Spectre before she kind of gets her next talent.
Oh, they go for the kill top. They get it.
She goes right in. HFN is trying to get something out with the ultimate, but they just make quick work, and that is your trump card for paiN, and he gets quickly handled about. Return, though, from Wii. Oh, not going to get it, though. Ace is able to step off. Now it's paiN could be in further trouble. They've already lost 3, make it 4.
What?
Just like that. It's only Misery alive hanging by that mid lane. Oh, man, NiP are really opening this one up. It was even, and then NiP favored when they took that brief fight, and now it's just 6K advantage.
Very clean from NiP and Slive. Like, that was a 4 for 0. I don't even want to call it a fight. It just felt like it was a good pickoff by Saksa, and then all of a sudden there's just more heroes like running towards them, and Tiny mind control, right place, right time.
Damn.
And they just broke it open.
Ace tipping his former teammate.
Damn. And, well, they're just going to take the base, huh? All right. What's up, base? I think you get to tier 3 and you get out. I mean, they have Aegis. Maybe they go for the range racks. Be interested to see. Well, they're going to go for Peter.
Morbid. He's like the Mask of Madness chop of Peter right there with the curse.
Oh, but they're going to find Misery.
Jumping Saksa, dishing out some extra bit of damage here. The bugs flying through. Misery trying to survive. Is able to make it away barely. And it looks like just going to be taking the tier 3. Still a good accomplishment for NiP.
The problem is, it's actually funny. They can't take this top shrine. 24 armor. They ping it. I don't know if you can actually take this because they want it for next Roche, but there's no way you bring this down without Dire coming. HFN has a full Manta now with Battle Fury. It still just doesn't feel like he does very much. Like, he almost survived, but even if he survived, he gets ulti off. He just dies again. He needs to get at least one more tanky item, I think.
It's going to be a while. He's been brought down multiple times, and he's going to be waiting quite a bit.
Teammates tipping each other.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of this Aether. Like, I like this build on Lina when you're a support, but Yule's into Aether, into Blink on like your middle, like especially when you're against a Spectre, you might just have to go that machine gun build.
I know,
this one feels rough.
It just makes it feel even more like it's on the Monkey King to do anything.
Yeah.
To do damage. Lina could do some damage, but we even saw there in that last fight, she was able to put out everything she could onto Ace, but still not enough. The team needs to all be there. They might need to wait till this BKB is complete on Tavo. But it doesn't seem like they're waiting. They're just rolling through this bottom lane. But if they have that BKB with the Black Hole setup, that might be one of their best chances here. Go for the Hail Mary. Uh-oh. Possible trouble for King RD. He takes to the skies to fly away from the haters. But he goes down right away. They defuse them all up, and oh my god, HFN could be next. Already greeted on the high ground. He's just evaporated.
Yeah, it just feels like
this tips Ace for killing him. Like,
I don't know. This game felt so close, and then like these, they're not fights, right? Like it's just NiP finding him in like a bad position, and they just get these easy kills, and those are on a big core. That's a Monkey King. Those are top net worth by far. And now Fod is level 20. Those +2 swarm attacks to kill. That is like an upgraded ultimate. That is such a good talent for him. Spectre gets the 500 health talent. Just insane with dispersion.
Now, like, the Lagoon is not even going to feel nearly as damaging or powerful.
And he's going for, like, the Ags build. So it will still do a ton of damage, but, I mean, this Spectre is probably going to have another item by the time Lina gets that.
Yep. I'm curious about how they're going to prioritize the farm onto paiN.
I
mean, you want to prioritize it on the Monkey, but every time he's been out there to try to farm, it seems like they've found an opportunity to get the jump on him.
Roche may respawn 2 minutes. Still a while away. I don't think NiP, I mean, they're in no rush. Like, wait, we got a Spectre.
All right. BKB, Black Hole time. Smoke's out. Man, I don't want to say this is like their last attempt at a fight, but if this went disastrous, to be honest, I could see a GG call. If it went disastrous.
Yeah, it would. I mean, they do have Winter Wyvern, Boundless Strike, all that, so it would be, whoa, they're going to blink forward.
It's just that HFN been brought down so many times in cases on another level, but they try to go, they just commit everything they can and just give the information out that they were trying to go for a gank. NiP got to be
Look at that illusion.
That.
Just like took a fourth of Monkey King's health. Has to earn back up. Yeah. Oh, and they're the Rotato.
Here comes NiP from the north, probably something that paiN are not going to be expecting, so they are just split all over the place. They do manage to find a quick snipe onto Peter, but as the toss combo comes out, good little cold embrace. Now the Monkey King ult. We desperate to stay alive with the self-Yules, but eventually will be brought down. The Magnetize being committed there for Misery, doing some decent damage, but man, paiN is just eating an all-out assault coming in from NiP, and they're going to be losing all 5 at the end of it with Ace securing a triple kill.
Wow. I'm going to give a shout. Peter Dieback there to grip the Enigma for like 0.5 seconds when he was about to hole. So even though like the Enigma was going to hole, he got just barely good. So even though Peter Dieback, I mean, that was probably the best play of that fight. That was well done by him. And they're just going to run down. This is a Spectre who is just 5,000 gold up. This is like a TA level of farm, how far up she is above everyone else. A full Scotty and like 500 gold. My goodness. Not much more to say about the Spectre.
Except that she's woke.
Yeah, she's very woke. And just gonna take a look at this. Where's Mind Control? Mind Control's going for some crazy thing, and I think
the
King
space
RD
of spaces. You can't go to your racks if you have to deal with me.
That was I saw what he was going for. He was like, I'm gonna trick him, but I think he was in vision bottom because they have the sentry or top. They have the sentry ward at the hill, and he just like walk through it. Well,
good try. A little bit of a siege effort there. They get to tier 3 to about a third of its life. But
I think Mind Control would do that on Liquid. Or he's like, whatever, I'm standing in, see you at the fountain.
Or if Peter's like, you wouldn't do that on Liquid, would you?
I hate you. You might lose this game, even though I know we're up by a lot. Spectre has a Scotty in like 1 creep camp. Double damage there as well. Who's going to find it? Peter will see. Oh, just deny it.
Just Scotty. My God. Spectre's going to be unkillable.
It really is. And so much damage. Like, I don't know what you do if you're paiN. You don't have like the lineup to take this late game. Maybe once you get the Aghanims on Lina, Monkey King gets like a Silver Edge after BKB. I think you have a decent chance then, but it's a lot of time you might not have.
Yeah, Spectre would probably have yet another item by then. And good Lord knows what it could be at this point. Abyssal maybe? I'm not too sure.
Might just be heart. I might just go for those items.
Yeah. Would never die.
Because she's doing a ton of damage and you also have Weaver. It's not like you're the only one doing damage. You get those bugs on there. You have a full Mjolnir. You actually have a ton of damage, not just on your Spectre, which is nice. Roche is up. See you there.
Yep. All right, they go in. They go to action. This Roche will die super fast. paiN have a decent Roche fight team, but
they're not in position.
If they're not in position, and possibly not if they're this far behind. Well, they get the Roche done just like that. Ace picks it up. They head back on out. Meanwhile, paiN just trying to bend these lanes, keep them pressured forward, and buy themselves as much time as possible before NiP are able to kind of cross territory and get back on the objective push.
I mean, if they're not going to fight at Roche, push out the lanes. And they had all the side lanes pushed out, middle pretty even. So they did a decent job of that. They're going to go. See ya.
The Aetherland snipe.
Oh, here comes the ulti.
Oh, they're trying to TP out frantically. Wow. Misery barely able to make it away.
Abyssal Blade it is. He literally queued it up as that happened. He's like, all right, they're not TPing out again.
Never again.
Oh, that won't happen. But hey, that buys them at least another minute and a half or so, because I don't think NiP is going to want to fight without Haunt up. So buy a little bit of time there. And now Peter might die here. Yep. BKB, bro. All right.
Doesn't want to get slept. Risk of getting ran away, I guess.
Right, you had King RD right there. He could have woken you up. I don't know. These BKB, I don't talk about it much, but well, actually, I do a lot. It's one of those weird things. Like this team does not care about using their BKBs. 10 seconds, 5 seconds, they'll just pop it for anything. Could be good or bad. Just like using a black hole to get 1 kill. That can be good in some games, bad in others.
True.
They're going to push the base here, though. All right.
Yep. Mind Control trying to slow them down with the hardy push. He's able to move in easily, gets the Yule's set up, but he Shadow Blades to avoid the stun. Ace starts stepping in from the low ground, going right in, but Tavo moves in, gets the black hole onto 2, close to get Fada, able to get the finish. Fada doesn't get the time lapse out. But Misery, pretty good ulti. I think he get the finish onto Ace here. Wow. Oh, they're trying. They do. They at least get the Aegis down. But meanwhile, the rest of his team of hooligans just runs in to clean everyone up, all but Weehaw.
I think they forgot Mind Control at the cheese. He was like zoning out the Lina and the Winter Wyvern in the back. Like, we're going to get him.
Peter found Wee and is just going to grip him from the front. And Mind Control is going to help secure the full 5-man wipe.
That's it. Where he was just getting bounty. He's like, I'm going to get bounties. Oh, there's a hero. And now it's about 13. This might be 2 sets of racks because they've already killed the tier 3 top. Mind Control with that tree, Spectre with actual damage.
No black hole. They do have buybacks. 4 different buybacks. 2 of them they're probably not going to want to use. They may not even want to use the Enigma black hole here. So yeah, like you said, this is probably just an easy 2 racks. They will use Weehaw's buyback since he had plenty of time still dead. But for the others, it doesn't really feel necessary.
Look at that. Weehaw's just trying to slow it down, but it is not going to work.
Chop, chop, chop.
It's a siege unit wave 2 top, so they have a little bit of help from some friends. Yep, there's 2 full sets of racks. They can't take a 3rd. Tier 2 still stands bottom.
No Magnetize yet. Misery's just going to roll in without it, but he rolls in, gets lifted immediately. They do have the Laguna. Ace tries to run on out, but they catch him with a curse, and with Mind Control there, they will be able to get the finish. Does have a buyback. Do you want a buyback Haunt here to just end the game?
Could have. No, they're just going to tank the death.
Probably not now.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah, they're not. They got Mind Control here. All right. Good defense from paiN. Peter will also be finished off.
Maybe if Fada was there, I'm sure he would have done like the buyback there, but because Fada wasn't in position, he can't just fight alone.
Yep.
So nice 2 kills there.
It helps. paiN will take anything they can get. It's still a long way to go, though.
It is. They saved the melee racks, so it'll heal up at least. Top.
True.
And this Weehaw Lina feels so far behind. The Ags not even up yet. We've been looking at that Ags for about, I mean, the buyback haven't, but like 9 or 10 minutes now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's about to have it. He can't commit for it, given that his buyback was already used.
Oh, but now you got the level 25 Weaver up, so this guy is going to be moving on you. I assume he goes to Sakuchi movement speed, but
does decent right click.
I don't know. I mean, when you go like the Daedalus build, which you rarely do on Weaver, +1 Geminate is insanely good. The problem is 200 move speed is 200 move speed. Like the whole point of Weaver, right? You're a slimy little guy slipping in and out, and all of a sudden now you're just permanently over hasted.
At first he had the MKB queued up, so I was like, maybe he will go hefty on the right click, but it looks like he did change things up a couple of times now. Now he's going Axe.
He could just buy it if he wants. I don't mind. Ags is always good on Weaver. Carry, not carry, just good.
Yeah. Let someone else do the sieging, bail him out if necessary. They'd like, but we'll see here. A little bit of time.
Almost a Glimmer Cape on Wyvern, which will be nice. You know, Cold Embrace plus Glimmer Cape can almost save anyone. Plus your ulti, right? You just lock down the other team, save your own teammate. Can be pretty good.
Definitely, definitely. And Heart is queued up next for Ace and his Spectre here. So it was already hard enough to kill him. That much harder now. He's got 4.2k. Obviously, we'll hold quite a bit of that money to make sure his buyback is still available in case it is necessary. But looks like NiP are going to take themselves back towards the top to try to finish what they started inside that base, if possible.
Trying to think, what's the best way for paiN? I mean, they're doing a good job. They're just pushing out bottom. They're controlling bottom jungle, and they're keeping middle pushed in. You know they're down 10k. I mean, they're playing the map completely correct. The problem is it too little too late? Almost a butterfly and monkey king, so we'll see. The Zags on Weaver, right? Like, if they just have Ace go commit in, and he just gets, like, ultied once by the Weaver, I mean, Dire just has nothing. Because they need to commit Laguna, all this burst. And if he just gets time-lapsed once, the game's just over.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. You should be able to see the potential of him dying just because he's got so much life and he's about to have a whole lot more. Should be plenty of time for Fata or whoever to be able to go for a bailout.
Well, there's 4.3 KHP you talk about. That's with agility treads, could have strength. Has this plus 6% dispersion. This guy's a monster.
Yeah, he's huge. He's pretty much at critical mass at this point.
Ooh, Dire. They got the black hole. Thought they were going to be smoking up right now.
Yeah, me too.
But
No smokes
might
on
be a
hand.
fight.
Woo! Bit of a sidestep blink. 40-minute bounties are still highly contested.
Well, unfortunately for Dire, all 4 go to Radiant.
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, they still don't have a whole lot of space to farm with. I mean, that last defense gave them the most space they've had on the map in a while, and it already feels like NiP are kind of getting ready to cross over the river and take it back over again.
Roche could respawn in about a minute, so we'll see. That might be the game, the time the game ends. paiN might feel forced to fight there, which they should, and if they lose that fight, curtains.
Daedalus build up on Tiny. Did you mention that already?
I did, but you did. And it's interesting because
it's a lot of
damage.
Molly-whopping damage that he wants to dish.
Like
I mean,
if you find Winter Wyvern or Lina in the back, you can just one-shot him so quickly. Even with Chrysalis, might be able to if you get a crit. Oh,
he is hard.
See you later, Shrine.
They'll get that one, no problem. Weehaw trying to mend the wounds as fast as he can, pushes out that bottom lane. Top lane's also pushed up pretty good for paiN as well. This is a decent amount of space if they want to converge on over to go for a play, and it looks like they are smoked up. They can catch stragglers on the side. Oh, I like this play. Mind Control's pulling the creep camp to the side, not letting it really push ahead at all.
Man, I don't know. Tavo, he's got. We talked about it, but he has to show up big right here. He had a decent 2-man inside the base, but the problem was maybe he needed a 3.
Whew, I want to see a 5. Give me a 5.
Looks like you can tell Radiant is a little bit scared. They're like, oh, if we do get Black Hole, like the cores or the supports on paiN definitely scale a lot better than Bane, Rubik. Like Rubik scales well, but compared to the GPM talent of Winter Wyvern and Earth Spirit's level 20 now, has the 150 gold per minute. They just scale so much better. We'll see though.
Roche time. paiN will not contest it, it looks like. They are putting most of the pressure towards the bottom. In the meantime, HFN did finish that butterfly. There's no answer for that on the side of NiP yet.
Ignore him, kill everyone else, and then kill him probably. Yeah, they have a refresher shard on Spectre. I mean, he had to put his Eye of Scotty in backpack. His TP bottom.
And Fada finished that Ags and is going for, or already has the money, or Aeon Disc.
They just want to...
I mean, that's when you'll know you'll get a time lapse.
Yeah, you're like,
damn
we
sure.
just want Spectre to win us the game. We're all just going to build super tanky and just protect him.
Yep. All right, are we going to have a little bit of a throwdown on pushes here? I see some heavy pressure coming in from NiP, but paiN... Okay, now they're fully withdrawing from that bottom lane push. That's good. But NiP are kind of just taking their time with this one. They have that kind of time, with the Aegis now on their side. In the hands of Ace, he can farm through this bottom lane and just haunt in when the fight does come out.
They're just waiting. Ace is literally just probably saying, Mind Control, if you find one guy and you guarantee me a stun.
I have so much money on Mind Control. He finishes a Daedalus and still has plenty for a possible buyback. Moves in, just wrecks the Wyvern. Move in Black Hole, but it's just taken away immediately. And they're just trying to scrap it on out. They will get the blast finish onto Mind Control. He's going to buy back to look to get back into action here. Ace trying to fight on forward, has his hands full with this Monkey King a little bit. Misery gets back on in, only finds one connection with the Magnetize onto Fata. Fata moving forward, does have that time lapse. Is he going to be able to use it here? Does he want to bail anyone out? Doesn't even feel necessary. Does use it. It's on to Ace. He doesn't get any life back. He just goes back a bit.
Hey there.
But it looks like the damage has already been done with the finish of Monkey King. He has no buyback, and there's no chance for paiN. They call it NiP 2-0. Well, 4-0 paiN today, and secured a bracket spot.
Yep, and I mean, it just feels like NiP, I wouldn't even say outclassed. They just definitely at least outplayed him today. It felt like the drafts, NiP played their drafts exactly how they needed to, and paiN, it kind of felt like after they didn't get the Visage kind of drafts they normally do, they don't look as good. Not playing that, we're going to run at you. Like, even game one, they looked better than this. This just... Spectre just owned him. Like, Spectre owned him all game, which is rare. Like, you want to beat him in the laning phase, or beat her in the laning phase, and then move on, hope she doesn't make the late game, but she was top net worth for Radiant the entire game.
Yeah. Kind of be hard to not give Ace probably the MVP for this series,
Yeah.
right?
I
mean,
think at least for
tremendous
that
showing
game too. Yeah.
and the Broodmother game.
Oh, yeah,
also
zero
very good.
deaths. Yeah, I would say either Peter's drafts or Ace for sure. I mean, only 2 deaths in 2 games is pretty damn good.
Awesome stuff from NiP. They did take a loss to Secret earlier, but this will definitely mend it a bit.
They're an upper.
They're an upper. Let's throw things over to the panel with Shiver and get their breakdown of game number 2.
Yes, NiP, they move to the upper bracket after having a very long day of games. The same for paiN, though, but paiN, unfortunately, does not make it to the upper bracket. Lower bracket for them. Here to discuss the second game, we got Black, we got paiN, we got Trent. Black, this game, I mean, again, it started actually pretty decent for paiN.
I'm very disappointed with the Monkey King this game.
Oh.
Like the item choices. First you went Battle Fury, which is pretty bad, I think, in the current meta at least. Then you went Manta style after, even though they have like no spells to dispel even. I felt like these 2 items, he just had no tempo, he had nothing.
I mean, we didn't discuss it. Like, I didn't think of it much in the draft, but Monkey King, like, in the game, is not a very good hero. Like, the reason they picked it, right, was to do the Wyvern Monkey versus Spectre. And, like...
And they didn't get it.
And yeah, and I didn't... Like, I walked back, right, so I didn't see how it started out. But, yeah, they didn't get the lane. And then, like, what happened was that the Spectre basically got free farm plus kills.
Ace and PPD were just absolutely slaughtering on that top lane.
Yeah.
It was the Spectre is just you look at it, it's like 4 or 5 kills or something. You're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Just it felt like they kept playing very aggressively. They punished the Eidolons a lot really early on, so that took away a lot of like the presence that the Enigma had in the lane, and then they just kept bullying forward.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the strong paiN we used to see though. They looked really off today. Even in their other games against J-Storm as well. Barely pulled through there.
You can't have an off day if you play all your games on one day.
That makes it complicated.
It's rough.
Yeah. It's like, you got to know when to perform. And I know paiN normally is a team that, you know, likes to perform in front of a live crowd. That definitely helps. But you got to also be able to play from your hotel room.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, they've been showing a lot of strats over the past month, and this is just not one of them. So it's...
Yeah.
I mean, it always goes back to the Village kind of push strat though in the end. It's like they have like a lot of heroes around it, but Village like, seems to be core. Yeah.
I mean, it's like Weehas and HFN's hero, right?
Yep.
Like, if he doesn't... Like, honestly, both of them need to get a relevant hero.
Yeah.
And then they stand a chance. This game, that's not what happened.
Yeah, I mean, the Monkey's just questionable.
I mean, we could also see, like, the Tiny, what it did this game. Like, which is not... Like, picking a Tiny instead of picking a Husker, you know? So, like, even though Mind Control, he played it more like an offlane Tiny.
Yeah, we were a little worried.
Yeah, because he wasn't not really getting that farm in a very late link. But, like, even though he had, like, 3 or 4k less net worth than he should have, like, he was still one-shotting people. Like, that's just what Tiny does versus these heroes.
Yeah, he lurked a lot at the start of the game, and, like, it kind of paid off, but he was also losing a lot of his, like, momentum and everything, but the Rubik picked up quite a bit, too. And he actually was, like, really well-farmed compared to the other supports, and then ended up paying off later.
What do you make of... Well, of the role swapping, lane swapping from NiP, because we see Fada, he was on the safe lane on the Weaver this time, and I know they're trying to, you know, find the right way to work in Mind Control, I would imagine. But Fada seems to be doing really well on this type of hero.
Yeah, he's going back playing offlane, right? That's what's happening.
I still thought they would put him on Tiny though, and Mind Control on the Weaver. I was surprised by that change.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Fates doesn't like playing Tiny.
Must be the case.
Because like they were probably talking about the Tiny, and like I was like, I don't micro. I'll play it.
Well, he'll play anything, to be honest.
Give me the Weaver.
Give me Tiny. Give me Terrorblade. I don't care.
And he did well in that mid lane too. Got a like early kill on Melina.
No, he played it late.
Yeah.
He did. Final thoughts on NiP, and actually, do we agree with Kodoka and Grant?
Yes.
MVP.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Ace was like the win condition in both games, basically.
The Brood.
So
he pulled through.
Yeah.
He did pull through. And overall, I think both games, even though paiN was looking quite okay both games in the early stages, I feel like NiP had a solid grip on the games. They were never really too far out.
Yeah, it never really looked like paiN is just gonna win the game. They're like, were even at some points, but never really in control of it.
Yeah, it was a bit too far to like. It was not really an even series, right?
It's like if the game was even at that point with a Monkey King and Alina, it wasn't looking too good, right? It's like we needed like that Weeha Invoker or something that would like you would have felt a little bit more comfortable heading later, but it was just done. And the fisticuffs from Ace taking the game.
Pretty handsome, man.
Tell you.
Damn.
I like his hair color. He got a die, didn't he?
Yeah.
Although I
he
think
had
he
bronze
It's all
before.
matching. It's
Yeah.
like the gold of NiP. You
Yeah,
know, he's
yeah.
got a full theme going on there.
Oh, and this was, of course, the play from Ace.
This is where this first game was just over.
Yes.
It's like, oh, paiN are actually going to win. And it looks pretty good. And then just BKBs and runs and kills Misery.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
that stomp. That stomp is so sad.
He lives for so long too. Like if he just
Yeah.
has a bit better positioning, they're fine.
Yeah,
They actually get the
reflection.
roach because he wastes the BKB, right?
Mhm.
Well, that should probably have been different. Anyways.
Life is not always perfect.
Well
No.
said.
Not always perfect. And I mean, NiP...
look where you are now, Black. I mean,
Look at yourself.
Yep.
NiP did also have some struggles earlier today. They did drop 2 games to Team Secret.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely.
I hear those guys are pretty good.
Yeah, that's it.
I have been told that is the case.
They're not bad.
Yeah.
They're, you know,
Wow, what
They're
are you
okay.
saying, Black?
they're okay. They're okay. when you compare them to TI9 winner Paladaido,
This highlight keeps on giving. This is great.
Oh yeah, this is the where Fata picked up. Like
Yeah,
I thought he had
yeah.
a pretty bad laning.
This
And
is
then in
two-man
comes-
call.
In comes the call.
Kind of. No, he just keeps
Yeah.
chasing and calling people basically. It's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
It was the redemption run for
Yeah,
Fata.
the
It was like, really hard start to that game.
he never stopped running either. You know, he was like,
No.
call that guy. Okay, call that guy.
You know what I noticed with that? Like this was a player perspective from Ace.
Yeah.
His camera movement is not as jerky as other people's. Like sometimes you watch players and it's like all over the place and they can't follow anything. But this was actually pretty doable.
I mean, you watch a tease, you go,
yeah.
but he's just like,
his hero's never on his screen. It's like always in the very top corner. He's always watching exactly where like that rotation's coming from, where he might die.
yeah.
Yeah. This is actually a nice player perspective. By the way, if you're curious about more player perspectives, make sure to check out the Digital Pass on Snipe TV, a platform that this major is also being streamed at, and you can actually check out multiple different people's player perspective live over there. So pretty cool stuff. And
Yeah.
apparently watch Ace if you actually want to follow what's going on in the game.
You can
Yes.
like you can make like these multi-stream things too.
Oh, yeah.
So you can like watch the mid matchup while you're watching what the casters are
I
focusing
mean, that
on.
is pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet. That's nice. I know there's a lot of mid aficionados that they get a little angry when we're not watching the mid matchup
Oh,
enough.
yes.
But other stuff is actually happening. Believe it or not, it's
But you can't see what I'm seeing, so might not be as worth it.
true.
True, true. All right, guys. This was already the end of day 1. And we are done with Group A. We can take a look and see what has happened here for Group A. I don't think the results are too surprising, with NiP and Secret making it out. I guess the question always was who was going to be that second team,
Yeah.
but it was always going to be NiP.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I mean, I guess it would depend like what form paiN showed up in.
Mm.
Like,
yeah, if they're
But-
feeling hot after Hamburg, maybe.
Yeah.
but I just don't. They don't. Just didn't seem to have much bring to the table.
You know, I think if they had not played at Hamburg, they would have come second in this group.
Yeah.
If their Nature's Prophet and all that stuff hadn't been
Yeah.
shown, I legitimately think they could have won the series to put themselves in the upper bracket. But at the same time, I'm sure they gained a lot of practice and everything at
Yeah.
Hamburg that maybe they couldn't have taken these games in the first place. But
Hey, and it's going to be a best of 1 for them for the low bracket. So they have
Dude,
got that. paiN Gaming in their best of 1. That's a rough one for whoever's going to face them.
true, that's fair.
They're,
They'll be watching those tools. The Visage and the Prophet, I'm sure, will not be making it out of the first phase.
What about
Mhm.
Jay Storm though in the best of 1? Just as scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Not
could-
scarier even.
Well, scary if. Anyway,
Are you making fun of them? I don't even get it.
No, they play so many like
they play weird heroes.
whatever they play is not standard at all, so it's kind of hard to prepare against. Because they just pick all these. Like,
Sometimes they
cheesy,
just pick
weird
like
heroes.
2 offlaners
Yeah.
and then like a
Oh.
hard one or something, and
Oh,
you're just
okay.
like, oh, Moo's playing Timber, and then you got this Brewmaster from the other lane or something. And you're like, I don't know what these guys are doing.
Exactly. It's like
They're
very
a
hard
bit
to prep
weird.
for.
Yeah.
On the other stream, Group B is still going on. We have an update from that as well. They are in. They just started their decider match series. That is VG Gaming versus Aster. Aster won from TNC in that third series. That was a super close third game they had, with TNC being almost 30k gold up, 99% win chance by Dota Plus, and in comes Aster.
But it's always the 1%.
They are the 1%.
They are the 1%. So far, I mean, obviously, we only know one team who is going to the lower bracket, TNC, and one team is going to the upper bracket. Also, I don't think big surprise for that. Vici versus Aster, any predictions from you guys? Should it be an easy Vici victory?
I
Battle
think
of China.
probably better, right?
You go with China. Wow.
Go to China, yeah.
Battle of China.
I think the Chinese team is gonna win.
Yeah.
Bold statement,
Yeah.
Black. Very
Yeah,
bold.
but yeah, I think VG is probably the better team overall. Aster just had like a player change as well. Even though he's quite good, it seems like the communication is a bit off at times still. Like the timing of everyone.
It was just that they swapped, though. I mean, they need some time to get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say they showed enough this morning that I could see them taking it, but it would be unfair to favor them over
I just think
VG.
they have like a smaller hero pool, I believe, in Astra. I think Vici can like, you know, it doesn't matter. They'll play whatever.
Sylar's got like just a couple heroes you're looking for, and as long as they're not there, you're like, okay, this game feels okay. And TB gets first phase banned every game anyway, so hard life for the boy.
Hard life indeed. Well, tomorrow we're going to have 2 more groups.
Love it.
We can quickly look at them as well because we are going to actually follow Group D here on this very stream. And Group C is also to be played, and they should be very exciting as well. We want to quickly show Group C. I would like that. I would like to see what's going to happen tomorrow. A lot of matches once more. 4 series in a row on the first slot. It's going to be a tough one to follow for all you Dota fans out there. But
Okay.
PSG, LGD, Fnatic, Tigers, and Gambit. Want to make any bold predictions, or is this pretty straightforward?
Fnatic first place.
I think so too. I think that team is
and
very
LGD
strong.
second.
Yeah?
I wouldn't count that as bold, though.
Yeah,
I mean, okay.
I would agree.
Tigers first place.
That's bold.
That's
there you
bold.
go.
Probably incorrect too, but
Minor
bold nonetheless.
winners.
Yeah, but I feel like the group is like if Fnatic and LGD don't make it.
All right,
top 2,
I'll
it's gonna be
bold
such a
it. Gambit
statement.
are going to make upper bracket. Does that count as bold? I think
That's
Gambit.
bold.
I think
That's
Gambit
bold.
will make upper.
Over
bold.
Tigers.
Yep, they're doing it.
All right.
Watch them.
All right. Group Group D will be the other side, and we are actually going to follow Group D because it should be a fun one. Virtus Pro versus Alliance. We got Forward Gaming, paiN X. Is there a standard 2 coming out? The top 2?
I mean, for me, it would be VP Forward Gaming. That would be the standard 2, but like, I don't
Yes.
know. Apparently, Alliance, like in the EU qualifiers, looked really, really good.
Yeah, they did.
And like they should have
been
a
a
time
while,
now
though.
to. Yeah, but they should have a time now to like
But after
prepare
that,
for this patch.
they played the LAN. What was it?
Hamburg.
Hamburg, and
They were.
got crushed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
apparently they like didn't practice for that or something. I
I'm
don't know.
sure, but
I got some excuses.
That's what they say now. Yeah.
As a Swedish person, I think it's high time.
we didn't
Oh, I
practice
see
for
how
the
it is.
major.
It's a comeback time.
Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, no Navi here. That would be the best.
Okay, we got Bulldog here.
We do.
Bro,
we
you're
do.
talking about comeback, and we're not talking about Alliance. That's a comeback, just to see that team. Like, my goodness. Yeah.
It's been quite a few years, but everybody is playing these groups, of course, to come to that final conclusion of who is going where in the groups, rather in the playoffs, because nobody's going home in the groups. Everybody is being seeded into that massive double elimination playoff bracket, where first round is best of 3 in the upper bracket, but best of 1 in the lower bracket, and best of 3 all the way through. It is a big one, so feast your eyes right here. We got 6 teams already locked in, 2 teams to follow later on tonight.
It's a big bracket.
It's a big bracket. So we already know NiP versus EG, for example, in the upper bracket there.
The dream.
So we fun.
Peter's back.
Peter versus
Coming
EG.
for revenge.
That is, I mean, that's a juicy one right there.
I don't even need to see the rest of these
The rest
matches.
doesn't
Let's
matter.
just go. Take me to those games.
I mean, this is a lot of Dota to come.
Oh, and we already see our lower bracket round 1 too, eh?
Oh,
Predator
yeah.
versus paiN.
Okay. Oh, that's a crazy one.
That's 2 very diehard fan bases. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like those are the kind of fans that just love that one team and they just don't care about anyone else. You know, if you're a paiN fan, you're like, screw these other teams. This is my SA squad. And TNC are, whew, they're rabid.
Yeah.
So, some vicious fans, man. They love TNC and they hate TNC at the same time. My God, they flame their team way harder than any other fans. They're so cruel.
All right, guys. It has been a fun day. Thank you all for joining me, and thank you for joining us as well. But you're not done yet. That's right. There's more Dota being played right now. It's going on the second stream, and it's VG Gaming versus Aster, deciding match. Who is going to go to the upper bracket, who will drop down to the lower bracket. You can follow it all on the second stream. For us, though, that was it, and we'll be back tomorrow with Group D, and it starts at 9:30 our time, and I'm sure you can figure out it's... Actually, I can tell you guys, that is about 12 hours from now. So put it in your agenda, set your alarm clocks. We'll be back, and hopefully you will be too. So have a good night.
everyone, we're at the Kuala Lumpur Major. Slacks are playing all chat.
All chat!
We're here with NiP. We've taken their most common phrases in all chat that's not GG or easy or well played. Their job is to guess. They need to guess what the phrase is. If they do well, we'll see. If they get it wrong, that person loses a life. So guys, you can pick any person on the board and you need to guess what one of their five most common things they say in all chat is.
I'll start.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Peter here and say end.
End.
End for PPD? Do we have end? We do not have end. That is not one of the most common things.
Have another guess.
Pretty sure I got a green wall up there.
You sure?
Green wall!
I didn't want to be that guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's correct! That's correct!
Well done, Peter. Well done,
That's
Peter.
one green wall!
Well done.
You guys got 125 points!
I think I said dog a lot.
Whew. Weird. We do not have a dog. I'm sorry.
Let's go with socks. Let's go with trash, I guess.
Do we have trash?
Trash or garbage, I don't know.
Yeah, trash or garbage.
Or garbage? Oh. I'm sorry, guys, but that's incorrect. No, we don't have any of them.
What about trying to guess mind control? Mind
I
control.
want to guess. I think
Pretty hard to guess.
I think it's Snoop.
I'm afraid not, my friend. I'm afraid not.
Or I want to guess one more.
Okay.
Idiot.
Idiot. Okay. Have we got an idiot up there? Or anything similar to idiot?
Afraid not. No. Sorry, Mike.
Let's do ace. Come on, let's guess for ace. Anything for ace.
What about the AOFL?
No.
We're just trying to kill ace at this point. Just kill him. Just kill him.
All right. Guess for ace.
Trash.
Trash. I'm gonna give you points for that. Your most commonly used one is what the.
I just said what the.
What the is correct. So I am actually gonna give you 1,000 points for that. Well done, Ace. We still have 1 point for Peter.
I'll say I give up. I give up.
Give up.
I'm done.
I'm done.
That's actually incorrect. I'm sorry, PPD. Gentlemen, you're almost out of time here. We got Fada and Ace.
Let's just go with nice.
Nice.
Nice. I'm gonna give you points for that. Your most one is good.
Yes.
That's good.
Very creative.
That's very good, my friend. Do another one. You're still in the game.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna give you points for that. That's classic. That's classic. Well done. That's
Very similar, yeah.
classic. Okay.
This game is falling apart. Just say anything now and you'll reveal the word.
All right, you're doing great, buddy.
Cool.
Cool. I'm not gonna give you points for that. I'm sorry. That's a squeak X. You get one more X, Fada.
I'm gonna go with cool again.
Cool again. A risky play, but no, surprisingly not. Ace, you got one more guess. Your last chance for points. It's all on the line, buddy. You guys are in the lead, but you can solidify your lead against all the teams.
Just an alright.
Just all right.
Just all right.
I'm afraid not, my friend. I'm afraid not. That's it for you guys. I think adding up your points, you guys won.
Peter, how would you summarize this game?
It was just a pleasure to participate, and I want to thank both you guys for coming up with this and allowing us to, show our fans what we're made of.